Welcome everybody. Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. I'm your host, LJ Young. Welcome. For those of you that are new to my channel, I welcome you. Thank you for finding me, discovering me. Please don't hesitate to share how you found me. Much appreciated. Helps me improve. Also, I'm open to ideas of what you guys want to see on my channel, what you guys want to hear about. Welcome. My name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt-free conscious debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. The debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credit and debt and financing everything that goes down in value. People that do that are people that live in the debt matrix, because that makes absolutely no mathematical sense. And if it doesn't make mathematical sense, it doesn't make financial sense either. Good morning. I am Brandon Hyphy. What's going on? How you doing? Hey, I am Brandon. Have you ever reached out to anybody and told them about the channel and tell them that you think differently about money? Did they look at you like you were an alien yet? Make sure let me know if you get one of those looks like, dude, are you an alien? What are you talking about? Everybody finances cars and clothes and shoes. That is so funny. I love hearing you guys' stories, man. When you guys get that debt free bug, and then you go out into a world that you had been living in all your life, but you didn't know it was debt talk. And then when your eyes and ears open up, you go back out into the exact same world that you've been living in all your life, hearing things that you've never heard before. You're like, what? You're financing an iPhone. Every time the new iPhone comes out, you're financing it? Oh my God. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Get on in here. What's up, Hyphy? I am Brandon. Says, I have shared with friends and family. We are all committed to living a debt-free lifestyle. Wow. They were all receptive to it? Now that's a new one. That's a new one on me. Okay. That you are lucky that your friends and family are listening. Okay, I gotta give it to you. Hell, my own kids don't listen to me. I got a couple of friends that listen to me, but as far as like close friends and family members, nah, we don't even discuss what I do. We don't even discuss my business. None of that. All right. Today's I was thinking about this morning when I woke up. Do you know your tax bracket? And if you don't know your tax bracket, admit to yourself that you don't. Say, hey, I don't know my tax bracket, anything. Because I remember growing up for the first 40 years of my life, I didn't know my tax bracket. Now I'm gonna tell you how I was thinking about that. I thought to myself, I'm not rich. I don't need to know my tax bracket. Who cares? I'm not rich. I don't need to know my net worth. And either one of those two have nothing to do with being rich. It's just the way I used to think about money. It's just crazy, you know? And so I decided to come on here and this is the SMD family, okay? If you don't know your tax bracket, this is the safe place. This is the safe zone. If taxes make you nervous, this is the safe zone, because I'm here to teach you that you don't have to know the details about any of that stuff. None of it. You just need to know the basics. People in the debt matrix will fool you into believing that they know so much more than you, and they could be deep in debt. I'm here to teach you about the second economy that the majority of people can't see. I'm here to teach you a language that is barely even spoken. Oh yeah, it's English. It's English, mathematics. Well, it's mathematics. Mathematics is universal, so it doesn't matter what language you speak. Math is math. I don't care how you say. You could say 1 + 1 in French. It doesn't matter. Equal to. All right. I'm gonna give you now. I'm not a tax person. I'm not a tax advisor. I'm not any of that. And what I'm going to show you, you don't have to be a tax expert. Okay. You just need to know the basics. Now I'm going to show you guys something here that you can understand, because I didn't know this until I got out of debt. Let me take that back. I didn't really start understanding taxes until something happened to me. So this is what happened. This is what made me recognize taxes, so you guys can understand where I'm coming from. I remember the goal in my life was to make over 6 figures. All right. And now I want you guys to understand this too. That 6-figure number that the majority of people in the debt matrix, that's a program. That's a conditioned mindset to program you to say, if I made it to 6 figures, I'm successful. Okay. That's a program. That means absolutely nothing. But anyway, my point is this. Once I got over 6, I remember I was just under 6 figures for the longest. And then I remember I got a raise that took me over 6 figures, and I was excited about getting that first check. And then when I got that first check, it was less than the previous check. I was like, what the F is up with that? Taxes, brother, taxes. The more you make, the more they take. Now, I remember hearing that statement all the time in the debt matrix. The more they make, the more you make, the more they take. I never took the time to say, what does that mean? People say it all the time. And the next time you hear that in debt matrix, I want you to ask the person that statement comes out of their mouth. Hey, the more you make, the more they take. I want you to turn to them and say, what does that mean when you say that? See if they answer you. See if they know. Because a lot of people, they say a lot of things in the debt matrix without justifying them, defining them. Because when it comes to money, you better know every single meaning of every word you use when it comes to your money. You better understand the meaning. And trust you, me, people in the debt matrix, they say a lot of things having not a clue of what they mean. So I'm going to bring up something here. 1 second here. Okay. So you guys, that's wrong. Share screen. There we go. All right. All right. So check this out. Now, here's an example of what I mean. Okay. All right. Now, your last, what is that? The W-2 or W-4? No, that's W-2. W-2. When you get your W-2, it shows the money that you made all year. Okay. It shows your total amount of money. Now, we're going to look under single filers. Okay. Let me see if I can, my arrow can, 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna make sure my arrow. Okay. All right. See under single filers right here. Let me see. Can I do that? Oh yeah. Okay. Single filers. We're going to go under that tax bracket. So single filers mean you're not married. You're by yourself. This is what you make. All right. All right. So say, like, for example, at the example, you made $40,000 a year. Okay. That you would fall under the 22 percentile tax bracket. This is where you will file. This is where you sit. Now, if I was making $40,000 and I was told that I'm under this 22 percentile tax bracket, I would have personally thought that my whole 40,000 would have been taxed 22%. So if you're trying to figure this out, all you got to do is Google this. Say 22% of 40,000, would be the amount of taxes you pay. So I would have automatically figured, oh, I got to pay that much in taxes, but it doesn't work that way. Okay. This is how, and I got it wrote out at the top so you guys can kind of see. So as you can see, if you made $40,000, the first zero right here, the first $0 to $9,700 is taxed at 10%. And then the next 9,701 to 39,475 is taxed at 12%. See what I'm saying? And then finally, when you get here, this is how you calculate the last piece. So 39,476 to 40,000 whatever that is, the difference between this number and 40,000 is taxed at 22%. So that's how it's like I forget the exact name. I'm gonna call it a sliding scale, but it's not called a sliding scale. It's called something else. But that's how it's calculated. So if you didn't know that, now you know. Okay. Good morning, Quentin. So did you guys get that? Can you guys read the top there? That's how your taxes are calculated. So if you made $40,000, your whole $40,000 is not calculated at 22%. That's not true. Okay. It's the first 0 to 9,700, 10%, blah, 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 blah. Right. Okay. Now imagine this. Now imagine, let's see, if you were taxed at, let's say your tax bracket was here and you made, let's say you made $85,000 a year. Okay. You would be in the 24 percentile tax bracket. But if you maxed out your 401k, you take, and I think the max is 19,500. Yeah, 19,500. So you take 85,000 minus $19,500. It would drop you into the 24%, a 22 percentile tax bracket. So not only would you put $19,500 away in your retirement 401k, you would drop in taxes from the 24 percentile to the 22%. But only people that are financially free can afford to take advantage of that. If you're in debt, you cannot drop your tax bracket. It's mathematically impossible for you. Didn't I open up I did. I opened up another window. Let me see. Let me close that. Oop. Did you guys did I explain that good? DTN, what's up, DTN? Did I explain that well? And if I didn't, if it's confusing, I want you guys to say, Linnell, that was confusing. Because I want you guys to understand this. This is very important for you guys to see this second economy, the one that is invisible to most. I want you guys to understand. If you don't understand math, or you say I'm not good at math, say that, because math and money are one. But don't ever say that out loud when you're sitting in front of somebody and they're doing your taxes, or they're doing some kind of accounting for you or something like that. Never, ever say I'm not good at math, because you're exposing yourself. You're exposing yourself, especially if you tell a person that's handling your money that you don't even know your tax bracket. You're saying a lot. And see how I did that? That was just a real quick. That was just a really quick showing. Let me open that back up. 1 second here. Now I want to show you guys something else too. Okay. All right. Let me get this up here. Now let me show you something else. Okay. I've shown you my entire credit report on a normal basis. Let me see. 1 second. Let me see what DTN's asking. Good morning, DTN. DTN says, so I'm making $25,000 a year filing single. So I'm in the 12% tax bracket. So let me bring that back up before I say, yeah, sure. All right. Let me bring that back up. 1 second. Good question, man. Good question. Thank you. I need these questions. You guys' questions help me. All right, let me see where DTN's. So DTN, let me get this out the way. DTN said, I make 25,000. So you will be in the 12% tax bracket right there. That's where you live. But remember, okay, DTN, your whole 25,000 is not taxed at 12%. The first 0 to 9,700 is taxed at 10%. Okay. And then the 9,701 to the 25,000. So this is how you calculate this. Now listen closely, DTN. This is how you calculate the remaining of your money. You say 25,000 minus 9,701. Whatever that is, whatever that amount is taxed at 12%. Did you get that? Now, if it's not clear, I want you to say that's not clear. Okay. Did you catch that, DTN? What's up, Mark? Because I want everybody to understand this, because I did not understand this. I always thought my whole amount of money was taxed at the tax bracket that I saw, and that's not true. Okay. Hey, Black Knight, I'm not, no, listen, man, I'm not, no, I'm not going in that deep. Okay. I'm trying to get everybody to understand just the basics. I don't want to go too deep into that. I want people, I'm helping people that don't even know their tax bracket. I don't want to go into standard deductions, and I'm not a tax person. I'm just showing the basics, the very basics. That's it. None of that. I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you mean. But if there's people coming into this room that don't even know their tax bracket, and you start adding standard deductions and this and that, they're gonna get glassy eyed, and then they're gonna wander off. Okay, just the basics. Oh man. All right. All right, listen to this. All right, here we go. Let's see. But what is the math equation of them tax? Yeah, it's an equation. Okay. That's why Black Knight is coming up here saying this, because it's an equation. Okay. But I'm just showing you the basics. I can't really, I don't want to lose you guys going into how it's really calculated, because there's a different calculation. Trust me. All right. No, you say 25,000 minus 9701 will give you the amount that's going to be taxed at 12%. Okay, 25,000 minus 9701 will be the amount of money in the 12% tax bracket that will be taxed at 12%. Okay? Mark says, so I'm taxed for 10% on 9780. Then 12% on 25K. No, you're the first $0 to $9,700. This is under single filers, is taxed at 10%. Okay. And then 9701 to 25,000 is taxed at 12%. Okay. There's now I'm just showing you guys the basics. Okay. There's a different calculation, but I just want you guys to understand, just understand this first. There's a different calculation. Just understand that. This is what I want you guys. I just want you to understand, where are you sitting in your tax bracket? Because I don't want you to walk up to somebody that's handling your money and they ask you what tax bracket you're in, and you say, I don't know. Okay. That's all. That's all. I want you guys, don't get too deep into it. Don't let anybody confuse you right now. Just understand and say, hey, I make X. I'm under 22 percentile tax bracket. That's all I want you guys to know. Now, if you want to, now you take that, Google, to go to your tax person, and they can show you how to calculate it down to the penny, the standard deduction, blah, blah, blah. There's a way to do it. Okay. All right. So I'm giving you guys baby steps. This is how I learned myself, because again, I did not know my own tax bracket. For the first 40 years of my life, I didn't even know. I depended on everything, just what my tax person said. Take the time, just Google it. It's not really that difficult. They got calculators out there too. Okay. You don't even really even have to know the formula. You just have to know how to pick the right calculator to calculate your taxes. It'll throw in the standard deductions and do all the necessary stuff that needs to be done. But I want you to be able to say, if somebody walked up to you and said, hey, do you know your tax bracket? I want you to say yes. That's it. Okay. Now, let me bring this up here. Now, once you become debt free, this is what your your credit report will look like. This is what it will look like. Okay. Blank. Look at that. Yeah, you know what, Hyphy said this would be a good topic to collab with a tax preparer. I understand all of this stuff, but I suck at it, explaining. Yeah, and you know when Black Knight comes on, and I get what Black Knight is. I want you guys to understand what Black Knight is saying is correct. It's he's saying I'm incorrect, but he's right. But I'm trying to explain it to you in a different way because I suck at explaining it too. That's why I'm just trying to keep it at basics. I'm just trying to keep it at basic because and Hyphy's right. It would be nice to get on with a professional tax preparer so they can fill in the gaps. But I don't want to lose you guys if it gets too deep because a tax preparer will probably get to a person that doesn't even know the tax bracket, and then somebody comes in and starts talking really, really deep stuff, and then I don't want to lose you. Okay, I don't want you to get bored. But anyway. So check this out. So look at my credit report. Check this out. Okay. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of that. View, hide sidebar. All right. This will be your new weapon. This will be your credit report will be your new weapon. Look at it. It's just blank. It's no secret. It's not even a secret. People hide people are quick to tell you about their credit scores, but they never really say, "Hey, you want to see my whole report?" Because it doesn't have all these zeros like mine. Look at all those zeros. Look at all the zeros. That's why it's nothing on it. This will be your weapon. So anybody can see it. It doesn't, and anybody you do like financial business with, you ask to see their personal credit report. Never, ever just take their word for it. Ever. Don't be fooled by people's stuff. Don't be fooled how people sound financially. They might have just learned a few more words that you didn't know. A few more financial words. What's up, Jennifer? A few financial words that you didn't know and will fool you. You know, you say, "Hey, yeah, I hear you talking, but I need to see your credit report, your entire credit report." Every time I pop this up here, I want you guys to understand this. How come I'm probably the only person that you know of that shows you his entire credit report? Why is that? Because the majority of people are in debt and they don't want you to see it. This is how you will navigate through the world, through the financial world, to weed out all the fakers. The fakers will not show you their entire credit report. And this is another thing. Okay, this is the second economy that the majority of people cannot see. Okay, people in debt, they don't even know why you would ask to see their entire credit report. They don't even know why you're asking. People that are people that are scammers, let's say a scammer, financial scammers that don't care about scamming people financially, just ruthless, will take from your grandmama, your kids, your mom, your daddy, your grandfather. They don't care. Now, if they have a ruthless attitude like that, they definitely not going to pay their own bills. You think they're going to pay their own bills if they rip off people that they don't know? No, they don't. They're not going to do that. Their credit report, a scammer's credit report, is going to reflect the type of person they are financially. Scammers don't know that. They don't even know that. Scammers, if you ask to see their entire credit report, they're going to run like cockroaches when you turn the kitchen light on. They're going to scatter. They're going to be like, "Uh-oh, why is this person asking that? Why is this person asking that?" If a person came up to me and said, "Hey, LJ, before I do business with you, I want to see your entire credit report." I say, "Cool, here you go." Anybody that even asks me that question, I will know that they know. You know how many people will not even Do you know how many people out there that sound like they know about money? You guys have no idea. It drives me completely and utterly nuts when I hear people on financial channels on YouTube talking as if they know about money. No, they don't. A lot of them don't. They're fooling you guys. If you get onto a channel, and I ask you guys to do this challenge, if you guys follow some other financial channels and they come on live, I want you to ask them this question. Hey, person, can I see your entire credit report? Don't feel uncomfortable about it. I just want you to see their response. And then think to yourself, if they say no, I want you to think to yourself, why does LJ show his and the majority of people don't? Why is that? Because they don't want you guys to see, especially a financial scammer. The other day, somebody sent me you guys, I love it when you guys send me links about, especially on Instagram. They do a lot of sending me links on Instagram, right? About a lot of house rehab people, people getting old places and fixing them up, and then they saying they're making all this money. I want you guys to understand something. A lot of those guys, oh man, they're doing a lot of scamming you guys. They are. Because the things they say don't make any financial sense. And if you hear them, this is all you got to ask. Can I see your entire credit report? Because if they're making all this money, their credit report is not going to look like the one you see in front of you. It's not. I promise you it's not. Every time you see me post my entire credit report, I want you to always ask yourself, how come LJ is the only one that shows his entire credit report? Anybody I do any kind of financial partnering with, I'm going to ask to see, as part of the contract, I'm going to ask to see their entire credit report, and on an every 6-month basis. You guys, the majority of that if you new to the SMD family, you guys have no idea how powerful this is. People in the debt matrix don't know this. People in the debt matrix don't even know their tax bracket. That's even a good question too. Check it out. If somebody's trying to spit financial knowledge to you, you ask them, what is your tax bracket? Now, don't let them get away with, oh, this is another one. Just check this out. People in the debt matrix believe that if you ask them what their tax bracket is and they say, oh man, it's high. The majority of people believe, oh, it's high because they make a lot of money. No, don't fall for that either. That's a trick. If they try to get away, oh, it's the highest one. It's the highest one. No, you say, I want to know specifically, what is your tax bracket? People that manage money well know exactly what tax bracket they're in. Why? Because taxes are the backbone of the whole economy. The whole economy. You don't even have to know exactly how to do it. You just need to know how to pick it. Now, when I give you guys the basics of just the tax bracket, I'm not saying I'm a tax expert. I'm not certified in any of that. None of that. None of that. I know how to open up Google, look and see, hey, look at my W-2, look at it and say, oh, I made X amount of dollars. Okay, X amount of dollars says I'm in this particular tax bracket. And that's it. That is it. This is your weapon. This is how you'll navigate through the whole financial world. It doesn't matter who it is, how much money they make. You will not be phased at if they rolled up, say like somebody rolled up in a brand new 2020 Ferrari. That will not phase you. What if this person lived in Calabasas, California, where the so-called rich people live? That won't even phase you. It means absolutely nothing. Nothing. It's all about perception. All inside the, like, I watch a lot of American Greed, right? And I just love money shows. Okay. I love money shows. These scammers are just fooling people for perception, with perception. They just make people believe that they have money and people believe it. Just scamming them. And when I watch those shows, you know what I think to myself? They could have easily avoided this all if they just asked to see that person's personal credit report. Scammers can't lie about their personal credit report. I'm not saying this is 100% guaranteed, but I guarantee you this, it's about 90% accurate, because they don't even know, because nobody ever asked to see it. Never once in my life have anybody asked to see, hey man, can I see your whole entire credit report? Nobody's ever asked me that. And I've never asked anybody of that. Everybody's always asked, hey, let me see your credit, or your credit score. And there's three of them, right? Everybody just tells you, when everybody knows that they have three credit scores, why do they always tell you one and it's always the highest one? And then when they tell you the highest one, this is what I want you to ask. Hey, which credit bureau is that on? See if they know that. This is valuable, valuable information. Valuable. Nobody will be able to mess with you once you get out of the debt matrix. Never. Let me put that back up there. What's up, Taboo? Welcome. Let me see the picture. Let me go back to the picture. Where did I put it? Oh, view. All right. Didn't I put that back? Thumbnails. Oh, there we go. Right there. There's the. So if you're a single filer, you're gonna look under this bracket, okay? Wherever you look on your W-2 and see what you made for the year, and then you find whatever your total was, and then that's the tax bracket that you're under. Okay, this is very basics. I'm not a tax person. I'm just telling you the basics. Anybody can Google this, okay? I just want you guys to know. You don't necessarily even need to, if you don't want to, it's totally up to you. You need to know how you calculate it, because there's a specific way to calculate your taxes to get the exact number. Okay. I'm just giving you the basics. I just want you guys to know, if somebody walked up to you and asked you, hey, what is your tax bracket? I want you to be able to spit out 12%, 22%. That says a lot about you. Okay. I don't want you walking around here saying, I don't know, because it leaves you vulnerable. These are tips that I'm telling you guys that you guys can use in the debt matrix to weed out all the fakers. Because again, people that manage money well know exactly what their tax bracket is. Exactly. It's not a guess, not a maybe. And right now is the best time to take the time to understand this. You know why? Because the tax system was redone back in, I believe, 1817, something like that. And it hadn't been redone in years, 50, 60 years. I don't know. But it was recently did a major overhaul back in 17 or 18 or something like around there. Right now is the time to understand it. And again, I'm not saying understand the entire tax system. I'm not saying that. I'm saying just know your tax bracket. That's it. Because I'm saying this to you because I didn't even know my tax bracket. Just sent you my report via Instagram on my way to freedom. Okay, I will check it out. I don't got my phone in front of me right now at the moment. But I thank you, Jennifer. I'll take it. I'll take a look at it. Thank you for trusting me too, by the way. That's what I want to make sure you understand, because I know money is sensitive to a lot of people, right? It's very sensitive. I get it. And I thank you for trusting me. And that lets me know that I earned your trust. I'm much appreciated, Jennifer. Okay. You are welcome, Taboo. You're welcome. I want you guys, I want you guys to see the second economy that the majority of people cannot see. I want you guys to see it. It's invisible to those who do not believe in mathematics. That's it. Join us at the second economy, man. It's so much freedom over here. You'll be free for the rest of your life. I I want you guys to be prepared. I want you guys to be able to weave through the debt matrix like Neo did on the Matrix movie. You see how he was ditching the bullets really, really slow? That's how you'll be when people be shooting out financial, so-called financial knowledge to you, and you'll be like, you'll see them. As soon as the words come out of their mouth, you'll know they're full of crap. I understand. I understand the challenge that I've created right now. That is rare. What I teach, I don't care. All my life, I've always been like that since a kid. I've always ensured that I stand out from the crowd all the time. I've always been like that since grade school. In my mind, I always thought to myself, I'm unique. I'm different. Everybody's unique. Everybody's different. There's nobody on earth like you. Nobody. Make sure the world knows that. I always look for things that stood me out from the crowd. And once I became debt free, oh, I knew I was totally different from the majority right then at the moment, right there. All you got to do is this: do everything financially opposite of the majority, and you will kill it. I can't stand scammers. I can't stand them. When you're you understand this. Financial scammers aim, their scams are aimed at people who are in debt. Financial scams make no financial sense. That's how to know it's a financial scam. They don't even make sense. Hey, this is the IRS. You owe us $10,000. How are we gonna? This is okay. I'm doing it as a customer. Oh my God! As soon as a person panics, that's because they don't understand their taxes. Oh my God! How do I pay you? Oh, go down to Target, get 3, 4 gift cards, and put $500 a piece on each. And what? That doesn't even make any sense. But people do it every day. Financial scammers do that crap every day. That don't even make sense. You really believe the IRS? They're gonna say, "Hey, you owe us money. We don't take this is the only form of payment we do. We want you to go down to the Target and we want you to get 5 gift cards and put five." Oh my God, that don't even make any sense. Don't believe me? Get on YouTube and type in IRS scam or something, whatever. They will show you. They will show you panicking doing. You know why? Because those people are the ones that they go after. People that are not paying attention. They barely even speak English and people fall for it. It's like, what? Really? They barely can speak English, but they're going to tell you about your taxes? That's because you don't know. Will S says, if you have no dependent, explain the difference from claiming single versus head of household, assuming you live alone with no dependents. No, I see. I don't. You got to see your tax person on that. I don't want to go into details about that type of stuff. I don't. I'm not a tax person. I just want you guys to know the right questions to ask your tax preparer. I want you to go to when you go see your tax person. You say, "Hey, what's the difference between single versus head of household?" Okay, because I'm not a tax person. I'm here to teach you guys the basics. I'm here for you to say certain things to your tax person so they know that you're not completely oblivious to your money. I want you to walk up and say, "Hey, can you explain the difference between single versus head of household?" Because people that don't even check this out, Will S. People that don't know their tax bracket, they don't even know the answer to ask the question that you just asked me. They don't know there's a difference between single versus head of household versus married. They don't single filing. married filing separately, all that stuff. Those are all different. Those are questions that they don't even know to ask. They just say, hey, here's my paperwork. Yeah, I'm married. I have 3 kids. And then they just leave. They don't really, and then they just leave it up to the tax preparer. And I'm not saying that you even need to know. So like when it's time for you to pick a tax preparer, this is how I'm gonna pick my tax preparer. If it was a single person, okay? I'm gonna ask to see their personal credit report. Because if you're financially free, put it this way. Let me put it this way. All right. Let me put it into words. Okay. People in the debt matrix don't realize there is a second invisible economy. When I say invisible, they can't see it because it's mathematically impossible for them to see it. They don't know it even exists. People in debt believe that debt is just part of life. They don't believe you can be debt free unless you have $1 million or $2 million, $3 million, some outrageous amount of large number, whatever they think in their heads. It doesn't really matter. But they don't believe you cannot be debt free unless you have that amount of money. That's not true. If they believe that debt is just part of life, imagine if you have a tax preparer. If you have a tax preparer that also believes that debt is just part of life, that tax preparer is missing a major piece of the equation. What part is that? The second economy. The second economy. They can't see it. Now, this person that's doing your taxes that believes debt is just part of life, and they're doing your taxes, they're doing it from a debt perspective. That's a major piece of the puzzle they're missing. I'm not using that person. Let me see your tax. Let me see your entire credit report before I let you do my taxes. I need to know my tax preparer knows the basics, basic mathematics. If they don't know the basics, they're not doing my taxes. Jennifer says, I didn't know my tax bracket until you discussed it. Appreciate you, Jennifer. Now, Jennifer, I appreciate you saying that. You saying that out loud right now really is for you because I didn't know my tax bracket for years and I was ashamed to even to say it out loud. It's not even something that you probably would say on a normal basis, but I didn't know. If somebody would have asked me back when I was between 18 and 40, hey man, you know your tax bracket? I would say, nope, I sure don't. Crazy, huh? Now you know, Jennifer. That's it. You walk away knowing your tax bracket. Now you'll take the time to Google and say, okay, let me check it out and see how it's calculated. So I'll know exactly how much in taxes I'll be paying because there's a specific formula, but you don't even have to know the formula. You can just Google tax bracket calculator, tax calculator, whatever you can, or just talk to your tax person. That's how you do it. Just talk to you. Hey man, I know my tax bracket is this. Can you show me how it's calculated? That's it. Jennifer says, I do trust you, LJ. Feel free to discuss it with the family. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that, Jennifer. Understand that I won't do anything without your permission. Anything you guys send to me privately, email, message, believe me, you can trust me. I'm not going to share anything with anybody unless you 100% know about it. Hell, I don't even like a lot of you guys reach out to me and then you know your avatar name on not your avatar, your name on YouTube versus your real name once you email me. Maybe you got a different name because you don't want people to know your name. Unless you tell me it's okay to announce your real name on the channel, I'm not going to even announce your real name. I'm going to ask permission because everybody has their own reasons for everything they do. But this is for you guys. I'm going to bring you guys baby steps into the second invisible economy. This is how you weed, because you younger generation, I really feel for you guys because you guys have social media, and social media, once you become financially free, social media, you guys, ooh, if you, I feel sorry for people in the debt matrix when it comes to social media, because people in the debt matrix will be so easily fooled. Sometimes when I'm browsing Instagram or YouTube, it's the same old real estate people pretending that they just buying all this property and they're making so much money, and then they're wearing all these gold chains. And hey, yeah, because I saw this dude the other day. He was like, "Yeah, I just got this property. I just bought my girl a Range Rover. I got my son the new Mercedes. This, and I just copped that." I'm like, "Where's it at? Show me. Don't just tell me. I want you to show me." And then when you do show me the car, I want you to pull out the title to that car, those cars, plural. Show me. But to the people in the debt matrix, they understand that it's about perception. People in the debt matrix, when they see the car, the clothes, the apartment, they just believe it because the scammers, they know it's about perception. All they got to do is just pretend that they have money, and the people and if you're watching them, you're gonna your subconscious is gonna naturally start falling into believing what they're saying. Oh man, they couldn't have. But then again, a lot of people in the debt matrix believe if they can afford the payment to these houses, to these cars, that they have money. No, that's not true. That's not true. Affording the payment and affording the car are two totally different things. They're just telling you that they can afford the payments. You don't know if they're leasing it. You don't know if they're upside down in it, because the majority of people that go finance cars, they're usually upside down in the cars. And I don't know if I don't even see how this is legal. And this is you. I want you to recognize what I'm going to say to you, okay? If this is you and has been done to you, it's done. Don't think it's not been done to millions of people, okay? When you pull in with a car and you're upside down in the car, they roll that negative equity into the new car loan, and you so far upside down in the new car loan. Ooh, I don't even know how that's legal. I don't. If you're if you're in a car loan right now and you don't know how much you're in the car loan, you don't even know your percent, and this is okay. Okay, recognize this. If this is you, you don't know how much what's the balance on your car loan. You don't know how many months you're in this car loan, how many years. You don't know the percentage rate on your loan. All that. Admit that to yourself. Admit it to yourself and say, I don't know. And take the time, just take an hour, call up the bank and say, hey, what's the balance? What's my percentage rate? When's my payoff date? That's it. Just know that information. And then once you know that information, you're going to walk throughout your day. You're going to go to work because you can't unknow it. Just like if you don't know the balance of your total debt, if you don't know it, take the time to know it. Don't be like me for the first 40 years of my life. Don't be clueless. Look at that, you guys. I want your credit report. When you come see me, your credit report will look like my credit report. And once your credit report looks like this, you will know exactly what your tax bracket is. You will. Nobody will be able to, 90 to 95% of the people out here in the debt, especially in the debt matrix, will not be able to fool you anymore. This is what your credit report will look like. This will be your navigation through the debt matrix. You will flow through the debt matrix invisible, totally invisible. They will not know that you can see them. What's up, reigning woman? Welcome. Welcome. Oh, I like that. Wow. Welcome, welcome. I am Brandon says, I use the Mint app. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know what that is. What does that do, Brandon? What does the Mint app do? Does it keep keep track of your expenses or something? What is that? This is what I want, and I need you guys' help, okay? Because Hyphy said this too. It's very difficult to explain. When I say, put it this way, when I say there's a second economy that you can't see, do you understand when I say that? And if you don't, I need you to tell me, because that means I'm not explaining it correctly. I really want you guys to understand that there is a second economy that is invisible to the majority. Understanding the second economy. And let me give you an example of what it's like to live in the second economy. Okay. So you guys can, and as I'm explaining it to you, if there's something that you guys don't understand, I want you to interrupt me and say, LJ, I don't know what that means, because I want you guys to understand what it means. All right. First of all, you have to be out of debt to see the second economy. You cannot be in personal, and I'm only talking about personal finances. You must be out of debt to see the second economy. Part of seeing the second economy is not only being out of debt, knowing your tax bracket. That's number one. Once you get out of debt, and see the second economy, you will start looking at money collectively and not individually. Now, let me give you a few examples. People that finance stuff, they don't really understand that they're financing the taxes too. They don't understand that they're financing the taxes too. If you're financing something, now follow me closely. Say like you're financing a $30,000 car. You're financing the car because you don't have $30,000 cash to buy the car. And if you don't have, and a car is always $30,000 plus tax. Remember, taxes are the backbone of the whole economy. If you don't have $30,000 for the car, you don't have $30,000 for the taxes. So you're financing the taxes too. That's anything you finance. Now, you times that by multi-millions of people that do it on a daily basis, and have not a clue that they're financing the taxes too. And when you're out of debt and you're living in a second economy, that's why it will be cheap for you to live, because if millions of people are financing the taxes too on an item that's going down in value, can you imagine how far underwater they are? Now imagine them financing washer and dryers, shoes, clothes, purses, whatever. That's how far they are under doing everyday things that they believe are normal. They don't I bet you if you go up to somebody in a debt matrix now and tell them exactly what I told you, they will not understand a word you're talking about. What do you mean financing the taxes too? What do you mean? Because they live in the economy that the majority of people can see. They cannot see the one that they cannot, it's invisible to them. Now, here's another one. Follow me closely, okay? This is important, SMD family. This is important. Now, if I walked up to somebody and say, "Hey, wouldn't you like to have $1 million?" Now, everybody in the debt matrix would say, "Oh, hell yeah, I would love $1 million." I say, but first, before you can have $1 million, you have to know how to count to 1,000,000. And now the majority of people in the debt matrix would believe, "Oh, that's insulting. What do you mean you can't? You mean you don't think I can count to 1,000,000?" No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you must first know how to count to 1,000,000. Now imagine me putting 0 on a board, 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 1,000,000. But if you're in debt, if I say, how much debt are you in? And the person says, I don't know. So this is how I would start that person. 0, -1, -2, all the way up to whatever. Because when you're in debt, you're in a negative. If you don't know the amount of debt you're in, you don't know where to start. So you cannot count to a million if you don't know how much debt you're in, because you're starting somewhere below 0, somewhere in the negative. It's mathematically impossible for you to count to a million if you don't even know where to start. People in the debt matrix don't know that. They don't even know that they have, in order for you to count to a million, you got to start somewhere. That's what math says. Again, this is what you can use for financial scammers. Hey, do you know how much debt you're in? Nope. All right, that's all you need to know. Or if they go, oh man, I think it's around this. Math doesn't work that way. Math says you need to know the exact number so we can count to a million. If you don't know where to start, you can't count to a million. Doesn't that seem so simple? Doesn't it? It's true. It's simple. I am Brandon says keeps track of spending. You can upload accounts. It also calculates your net worth. Okay. Hey, I am Brandon. Are you fine? Are you debt free, or are you still in debt? And credit report is there. Oh, okay. Is it all 3 credit reports or just one? Rainy Woman says living in the second economy should be our goals. Yes. Yes, for sure. I want you guys to all see the real invisible economy. It is beautiful over here, people. Beautiful. It's so lovely. It is lovely over here. Not many living in a world. I'm gonna give you an example of what it's like to live here in the second economy. It is just carefree. I, when you guys see things on the internet talking about the average car payment, the average student loan payment, the average mortgage payment, the average is made up of millions upon millions of people making the same financial decisions as one. Those people are the average. I don't live there. I'm not part of the average because I'm not in debt. You hear something like, oh man, they need to calculate your debt to income ratio. When you're in debt, there is no ratio because you're not in debt. Hence, debt to income ratio. I'm not in debt, so that ratio doesn't apply to me. I'm not part of the average. You will ignore those things. Those things have nothing to do with you anymore. Nothing. Reigning Woman says living in a debt matrix is what make people slaves to their jobs. Yes. Check it out. This is anything I show to you guys or tell you guys, this is what it's like to live in the second economy. Okay. Listen to this. If a person has $50,000 in student loan debt, because money doesn't exist for people in debt. They don't even understand that. Money is not real for people in debt. If a person has $50,000 in student loan debt and $1,000 cash in their pocket, $1,000. Now, people in debt in the debt matrix would never have, they don't even have that much in their savings account, but just follow with me. Okay. Doesn't matter. If they had $50,000 in student loan debt and $1,000 cash in their pocket, according to math, 1,000 minus 50,000 is negative 49,000. The $1,000 in their hand is invisible. It's not even there. Now that's the glitch in the debt matrix. Use these examples to people out in the real world. Use it against your family and friends. And I want you to see the puzzled look on their face when you say an example like this, okay? Because you can plug in your own numbers. Pay close attention to the puzzled look on their face. That's the glitch in the matrix. Say, hey man, you got student loan debt. They'd be like, oh yeah, man. Yeah, I got that forever loan. Do you know how much it is? 9 times out of 10, they're not even going to know how much it is, but everybody can kind of guesstimate their total student loan debt, right? And say, you know what? If you had $1,000 in your pocket and you had $50,000 in student loan debt, 1,000 minus 50,000 is negative 49,000. You really don't have $1,000 in your pocket. See what they say. Do that to yourself. This is the glitch. My math is right, but you still don't want to believe it. That's the glitch. Once you get past the glitch by simply believing mathematics, you'll be free. You'll no longer be a slave. Because believe you me, if you're in debt, you are a slave and you're being taken full advantage of, especially if you don't even know your tax bracket. I was getting done every day by not knowing that. And they wasn't even taking me to dinner first. You guys have no idea how many businesses are taking full advantage of your lack of knowledge living in a debt matrix. We. Sometimes I have to shut my computer down. I had to shut my computer down sometimes when these people be kicking out this information. I'd be like, ooh, they're taking advantage of you. I'm gonna bring this back up here for a second. Reigning woman, I want you guys to understand that slavery is alive and well. Everybody can pay for their slave papers. You're a slave. Don't worry about the color of your skin. Okay. Don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in where you live or your color of your skin, your religion. If you're Jewish, if you're black, you're Chinese, don't worry about that, because debt is the colorblind slave master. It doesn't care what color you are. Okay. Don't get caught up in that. People in the debt matrix believe there's a reason. Don't worry about that. How much is the cost for you to see the second economy? Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals the cost of your slave papers. Don't believe it? Whatever, slave. You know the best kind of slave to have? The kind that don't know they're a slave. That's the best slave to have. And there's millions of them. And I'm going to get even more real with you guys. For the second economy to survive, there must be slaves. I can't live this free without slaves. There must be slaves. We need slaves. And when I say slaves, this is volunteer slavery. Okay, these are people volunteering to be slaves. What do you mean by that, LJ? When you sign up for a student loan, go to school for years and decide you're not going to pay back the student loan, you are a slave. Why do you think that student loan money is so easy to get, slaves? This is generational. You always like when I see college. Oh, all right. All right. I'm gonna let you guys into the second economy world. I'm gonna let you guys see I'm gonna let you guys hear what I see when I watch TV commercials. When I see college commercials come on TV, it's all this love. Oh my God, I'm the first one in the family to have a college degree. And then there's all this smiling at the ceremonies and stuff like that. But nobody talks about all that student loan debt that people owe. I just like, you're missing a major piece of the puzzle. What about that student loan debt? Parents pushing their kids to go to college. The kids don't understand. The kids don't know to ask this question. They don't know to turn around to their parents and say, hey, mom, dad, do you guys still have your student loan debt? Dad, mom, you guys graduated like 25 years ago. Why do you still have your student loan debt? They don't share that with their kids. Oh, that's just, it's just part of life. No, it's not. It's part of your life. They have these commercials. Oh man, I just feel so bad for the kids that fall for that. And then oh wow, you know what? I can't afford college. And I'm not against student loans, but don't carry the college loans for 20 years. Yesterday I made a video about 60-year-olds carrying student loans into retirement. Now the young people, they look at that and say, "Oh, I'm not going to make that mistake. I'm not going to, they're stupid. I would never do that." You think, and young people forget, hey, that person in their 60s, they were once 20. They were once 30. They were once 40. You think they're stupid? You just think they just were dumb and they were smoking crack. They were on heroin. That's why they carried this. No, they were slaves and didn't know they were slaves. That's all. And stop looking at them like they're old. They're not old. You're just young. You're new to earth. Rainy Woman says they're slave to their jobs. Yes. If you're at your job and you hate your job, you're there because you're in debt. You're a slave. Only, listen closely, only slaves work at jobs they hate. Only slaves do that. Only slaves work at jobs they hate because you're a slave. Rainy Woman says, I'm coming. I can taste it on my tongue. Exactly. And once you taste true financial freedom, oh no, there's no going back. There is no going back. No going back. NC Briggs says, LJ, what do you think about tax refunds? Bad, good, or neither? Bad. I do what's called flattening. When I had a job, I do what's called flattening my paycheck. So what basically is this? Put it this way. And again, I'm not going into details. I'm not a tax person. You need to go see your tax preparer, okay? So say like you got $2,000. Say like on a normal basis, you got $2,000 back on a tax refund. This is what I would do. I would divide that by 12 months in a year. I would divide it by 12, whatever that is, that comes out to be. And then I would go in there and adjust my W-4 to reflect, to take out X amount of dollars extra gross. So and you know how people say, hey man, that number that you adjust is for children. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's not true. I believe the two. You adjust that tells you how much in taxes they're going to withhold throughout the month. So when you get large tax refunds, all that is saying that you're giving too much to the government during the year. You're giving them a interest-free loan. You're giving them too much, and then they're using it. And then at the end of the year, they're giving them back. So people that you see that are happy about their tax refund openly, they don't know about money. Why would you be happy about the money that you worked for throughout the year? There's no, that you're happy that you're getting it back. That doesn't even make sense. But people in the debt matrix believe that. Raining Woman says, smiling about becoming a slave. Elijah said, facts, the dark side of college success. Elijah, you're right. It's not really a dark side. Okay. It's just pay them off. And I mean, I get it. People go to college and they're in college for 4 years and they get out of, they earn that degree and start earning that money. They want to show the world they're just ready, but they don't want to do what it takes to pay that student loan debt off. It's going to take a few more years. Hold gratification off for a few more years, instant gratification, and you'll be free. People in the debt matrix don't understand. See, they look at money individually. When you start, this is how to look at college loans collectively. If you went to college, again, I'm not against student loans. If you went to college, got the college loan and graduated, got your degree that is relevant in today's economy, that's going to make you the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. If you paid off your student loans right away, this is thinking collectively, listen closely. There's $1.6 trillion in student loan debt today as of 2020. It might be more than that now, but that's 45 million people. If you get out of college, pay your student loans off right away, that immediately catapults you financially ahead of 45 million people that are in student loan debt. That move alone, you'll be financially ahead of people that don't even believe that they can ever pay off their student loans. You know how many people out there that don't believe they'll ever pay their student loan debt off? And I'm gonna be real with you guys, okay? Because this is just my life. This is my business. This is what I love to do. This is what I love to do for you guys. When I hear it in their voice that they don't believe they ever pay it off, I feel bad. I feel sad for them. I do. I feel sad because I know they have accepted mentally that they're going to be a slave till they're dead. They've accepted of being a slave until they're dead. That's messed up, people. Mm, 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 mm. Death by student loans. Reigning Woman says, my mother made my brother and I pay off our student loans first. Wow. Did you guys? Oh, okay. There we go. I was just about to ask you that question. We hated it, but it's done. And she helped us where she could without handicapping us. And she helped us where she could without handicapping us. Okay. Man, I was just about to ask you, did you hate that? See what I'm saying? This is that's the kind of parents I'm trying to teach you guys to be. Those of you with children that you have student loan debt, I want you to teach your children. This is how you teach your children, by paying yours off. Don't just talk it, do it. Do it, because if you have student loan debt and you start telling your children, hey, you guys need to pay off your student loan debt, what question do you think they're going to ask you? They're going to ask you, hey, mom, dad, do you have your student loan debt? Yeah. Then they're going to be like, well, why are you telling me to pay mine off if you haven't paid yours off? You got to do it. Reigning Woman's mom, man, that's just, oh my God. That is the most awesome gift that a parent can give their children. You need to pay that student loan debt off. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care what your friends are doing. I don't care what your family's doing. I don't care if they have their student loan. You're going to pay yours off. Because she obviously knew that if you don't pay them off, you're going to be a slave until you're dead. What's up, Mike? What's going on? Welcome. I want you guys to understand this, okay? I always go back to student loan debt because it's the biggest. I want you guys to see how we look at it from the second economy. We look at this is living in the second economy allows me to not involve my feelings into people whom are in debt, because the majority of people whom are in debt are there voluntarily. What do I mean by that? They don't trust mathematics. All they got to do is trust math and then they'll be free. Look at my website, Savings Minus Debt, right there, savingsminusdebt.com. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Here's the glitch. I'm showing you guys the glitches in the debt matrix that will allow you to see the second economy. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Real life. This is the glitch. Now you just got to believe it. Doesn't that sound weird? Now all you got to do is just believe your own math. That's the hard part. It's the weirdest thing in the world. That's the glitch. Now you have to believe that negative number is the price of your freedom. That negative number is the amount of money that will free you. It will take off the invisible shackles that reach around the world. Doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter where you go. Those invisible shackles are around your wrists and your ankle. And guess who's paying for them? You. You're paying for shackles to be around your ankles. Now imagine the people in the debt matrix that this is the slavery is real, but let me just tell you in a way so you can see it. You know, in the movies, when slaves are running through the woods and they got hound dogs after them, roo, 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 then that famous the in the middle of the night with the burning stick and all this stuff. You know, that's those days are they're not like that anymore. But this is today's version of it. Okay, bill collectors, the masters send their hound dogs, which are the bill collectors, to collect their money to go after slaves. So look at every time a bill collector calls, just imagine a barking hound dog. So if you got bill collectors calling your phone, I want you to, and you know it's the same numbers. I want you to replace that tone with a barking hound dog. You're slave. You owe us some money. Those are barking hound dogs. Have no regrets at all about it now. Exactly none. But back then, I bet you hated that hum-raining woman. I bet you hate, oh, my mom, she gets on my damn nerves talking about you need to pay off your student loan. No, none of my friends are paying them off, but my mama's she's get on my nerves. But hey, now you thank her. Thank you, mama. I will thank you for the rest of my life. Mike says, I'm here for this info. Bro, you are welcome, Mike. I'm trying to free all you guys. Say that to yourself. If you're in debt, you don't have to tell other people in the debt matrix. You don't say, hey man, I'm a slave. Slaves that don't know they're slaves, they're gonna look at you like, what are you talking about? Elijah says, LJ is teaching us to have a hard conversation with ourselves to benefit all our present situation and brighten our futures. Yes, I want you guys to see it. And I'm not just talking. I'm using mathematics. So you know it's true. That's the difference between the majority of people in the financial world and me. I'm proving everything I'm saying with mathematics. Now all you got to do is just believe it. Like, let me give you another example of what it's like to live in the second economy. When you don't understand taxes, you believe, just like everybody in the debt matrix, oh, taxes are the one that's keeping us down. They keep raising taxes. They're killing us and this and that. No, they're not. Taxes are not the reason why the majority of people are in debt. That's not true. Only people in the debt matrix believe that. That's not true. Okay. Taxes can help you build wealth. I'm not going to explain it to people who are in debt. They will never understand it because they cannot mathematically see it. They're in debt. This is another dirty thing, I think. Okay. When you hear me, okay. When you guys hear me say things like dirty, mean, those are feelings. Don't get confused. Don't add my feelings in there. This is just the way I feel when I'm outside the debt matrix. Those are feelings. Feelings have nothing to do with mathematics. Math doesn't care how I feel about anything. So just listen to this. You know, on your W-4, I believe, you can check that box to say exempt. I want to be exempt from taxes. You guys have no idea how many people check that box. I believe it's there on purpose. Now, there's a legal reason why it's there. Don't get me wrong. Okay. I'm not a tax person. I'm only giving you the view outside of the debt matrix. Okay. None of what I'm saying is written down. None of it can be verified to be true. Blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about that. This is what I can see outside the debt matrix. Okay. I believe they put that box there on purpose for people that don't understand how this system works. If you get enough people in a debt matrix to believe that taxes are the reason why they're in trouble, they're going to go there and check that box. I remember looking at my W-4 and I used to think to myself, everybody has to pay taxes. Why do they have that box there? I mean, I never checked it. There's a lot of people that check that box and get themselves in trouble, believing that the taxes are the reason why the reason why they're in debt. And then when they check that box, they have no taxes being taken out of their check. And guess what they do? They adjust their lifestyle to not paying taxes for a few. This is how it works for people in the debt matrix. So you guys can get it if you ever thought about checking that box. They're going to let you get away with it for 1 year, and then you're going to get comfortable. You can be like, "Oh, there's millions of people in the United States. They're not going to find little old me." And then they're going to let you get away with it for 2 years. And then you're going to slaves get really comfortable, adjust their lifestyle to not paying taxes. And then maybe 3 years, then they're going to let you dig yourself so deep. And then they're going to come knocking on that door. Ooh, wee, you don't want that knock. There's apps, and there will be absolutely nothing you can do about it. Nothing. Now you're gonna owe more in taxes and penalties and fees than you would have owed just by paying your regular taxes. Ignorance is no excuse. And people do it. Listen, slaves do it knowing that you can go to prison for tax evasion. Prison. And that doesn't even scare people. Prison? You go to prison for tax evasion. Prison. Nope. No, sir. Black Knight says a student loan is a human capital investment. The problem is people don't calculate the return on investment for their specific degree. That is exactly true, Black Knight. You know why, Black Knight? Because how can I put it? The conditioned mindset of the debt matrix is to make people believe you are nothing without a college degree. So you do whatever it takes. You spend as much money as you want on your college education because it's worth it. It's an investment. No, it's not. Can you imagine how many kids are going to school right now because their parents told them that they must go? If you're young, listen, if you're young right now and your parents are pushing you to go to college, this is the question I want you to ask your parents. Hey, mom, dad, do you still have your student loans? Yeah. Why do you have that car outside? How did you buy that car? You mean to tell me that you've kept your student loans for 25 years and you went to college for 4? Mom, dad, no, you can't say this, but mom, dad, wasn't math a requirement in college? No, you can't say that. I'm joking. Don't say that to your parents. Check this out. I went like this. The other day, I did this example on my Facebook page, right? I started like this. 80,000 minus 100,000 is negative 20,000. Okay. You guys can do this in your calculator. 80,000 minus 100,000 is negative 20,000. I said just like this. Hey, if you had $100,000 in student loan debt and you just inherited $80,000, I said, what would you do? I had a person say like this. Well, you know what? This is what I would do. I would buy a townhouse or something, and then I would put some people in it, and then I would earn the money, and the money that I earned from the rent, I would pay down my student loans. Right? This is it. And people, trust me, people in the debt matrix always believe this. Okay, they always believe they can do that. And this is what I said to this person. I said, how can you buy a townhouse with negative $20,000? How can you do that? If you show me how you do that, I will believe you. You can't. So when you hear people do that, when you hear people say that, you make them answer the question, how can you do whatever it is you're trying to do with negative 20,000? That's mathematically impossible. Why do you believe you can do that? Because you're in a debt matrix, slave. Only slaves believe they can buy something with invisible money. Slaves don't have money. It's invisible to them. Money doesn't exist for people who are in debt. It's been conditioned for slaves to believe that money's there that's not even there. Why do slaves believe they can invest money that doesn't exist? Because they've been conditioned to believe that. If you're in debt, don't worry about taking up realty classes. Don't worry about investing in the stock market. Don't worry about flipping homes, all that stupid nonsense. You have no money. Now, if you want to believe it, hey, go ahead and believe it. But if I was you, I would trust mathematics always and forever. Look at, she says, I am grateful now. You better believe it. Man, you are a lucky reigning woman. Jalen says, don't withhold too much or on your taxes, people. Yeah, don't do that. I get as close as possible as I can. Pay 500 or owe 500. I am Brandon says going exempt is a big mistake. They will owe a lot of money at the end of the year. Then they will send a letter to the employer. Yep. I am Brandon. You will be surprised how many people do that. My personal belief, and this is just my belief, people, I believe that box is there on purpose. Now, again, there's a legal reason why that box is there. But if you don't know crap about taxes and you see that box and you believe taxes are you believe everybody in the debt matrix that taxes are the very reason that's keeping you down, you're going to check that box. I talk about the things that the majority of people on the internet don't talk about. I do the exact opposite of everything and everyone when it comes to money. You do exactly the opposite of the majority and you will be rich. You will know how to count to 1,000,000. If you don't know the exact amount of money you're in debt, if you don't know that exact amount, it is mathematically impossible for you to count to 1,000,000. How is that? Because you don't even know where to start. Math says there must be a starting point for you to count to 1,000,000. Math says, okay, what number are you going to start at when it counts to 1,000,000? Now, if you're at a debt, if you don't have any debt, you start at 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 million. If you're in debt, you're in a negative. So say like I was $50,000 in student loan debt. Okay. Say like I was a $50,000 in student loan debt and I'm trying to count to 1,000,000. That is where I start. Okay, here I go. Negative 50,000, negative 49,000, negative 48,000, 48, and then all of a sudden negative 1, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how you count to 1,000,000. That's what math says. It's not me, people. It's not me. Math says this stuff. Get that. And Brandon says, get that IRS. IRS will send that letter. Ooh, I would never want that letter. Here's some other information outside the debt matrix, you guys, into the second economy. When you understand your money and your tax bracket, you're not scared of the IRS. There's no reason to. Know why? Because you're playing by the rules. If you're like let me give you an example. I love using analogies that people understand. Okay. Football. Let's say football. Do you believe when the football players get on the field that they're worried about the referees? Do you think they're worried about the referees when they play? Do you think they even think about the referees when they're playing? No. You know why? Because they understand the rules of football. If they're out there playing and they face mask somebody and the referee sees them face mask somebody, you think the football player is going to go, oh man, I didn't know. What are you calling that for? You know, why? What did I know? They know they face masked because they know the rules. No different than the taxes. As long as you know the rules and you play by the rules, an IRS agent is not going to come knocking on your door. Why would they come? They already know. People in debt have a pattern. I promise you, listen, people in debt have a financial pattern. They don't know, slaves don't know they have a pattern. First of all, slaves don't know they're in debt. So they don't know, they only make debt moves. They make moves based on debt. And when they're in debt, they make financial moves based on their feelings about debt. Oh man, there's good debt and there's bad debt. Yeah, all slaves believe that there's good and bad debt. There's only debt. You add good or bad on it, that's your feelings about debt. Who cares how you feel about it? Debt is just debt. There's no good debt. There's no bad debt. No, because people will say student loan debt is good debt because it improves your credit score. See what I'm saying? People in debt say things like that. I be saying the same things over and over again, and I want you guys to understand this. Any video I make will never get old because math never gets old. Math is math. Free yourself. Go look in the mirror. And if you're in debt, go look in the mirror and say, I am a slave. Slavery is alive and well. Black Knight says the exempt box was not intended for wage earners. It is there for business owners who pay their taxes quarterly. You guys listening to what Black Knight says? Yes, that's true. And I'm gonna ask you, Black Knight, why do you, in your opinion, and I, for the second economy, this is just the way I look at it. I believe this is just a belief. Okay, this is not written down. I believe it's there for people naive to taxes, so they can get even more money from them. So not only if you check that box and not pay your taxes, not only are you going to be paying the taxes you owe, you're going to be now paying penalties and fees. Ask me this, answer this. Maybe you know, Black Knight. Why would they put that box on a regular employee's W-4? Please help me make sense of that. That never made sense to me when I lived in the debt matrix. That doesn't make sense to me today. I don't get it. I get outside the debt matrix. I think that's what the purpose of it is for people that are naive to taxes and check that box. Now you owe more money than you owed before. Now you're even a deeper slave. Now, I keep putting the stream up there just in case you guys want to join the stream or ask some questions of me. Please feel free. And don't go into, I'm not a tax preparer. So if you're going deep into taxes, I'm not a tax person. Okay. I'm just giving you guys the surface level stuff. I want you guys to be out there and not be vulnerable, because people in the debt matrix, scammers that may know a little bit more about money than you and know some terms more than you, I want you to be able to counteract a scammer. Because a person that looks like they have money, they know, the person that really has money, they understand the purpose of taxes. Okay. They're going to know, a person that knows about money is going to know their tax bracket. A scammer won't. A scammer won't even pay their own bills. You think they're gonna pay attention to if they're scamming you? You think they're gonna pay their own bills? No, they're not even paying their own bills, and their credit report will reflect it. And questions like this, well, hey, you know your tax bracket? Nope. No, okay, I'm not listening to you. I wish I had I should have brought up a video, but I got to find some more good videos so you guys can hear. And when I bring up the video, sometimes when I do video reviews, I'm not saying the person's lying, scamming, whatever. It's totally legal what they're doing. I'm just trying to relate to you guys if they're giving you financial information from a debt perspective or a debt-free perspective. What I teach is rare. When I hear people speak about money like Black Knight, that's debt-free speak. Okay? You can't fake the language of debt-free. You can't fake it. You have to know, because if people are, look at it this way, if people in debt believe debt is part of life, that means they have no idea the language of debt free even exists. They cannot fake something that they don't know exists. Personally, this journey, you guys, I'm gonna get this journey is a challenge for me. But I figure like this: if Dave Ramsey can do it, I can do it. If Dave Ramsey could build the financial business empire he has created, I can do it too. He's got Chris Hogan on there doing his thing, and there's another young dude, another black dude on Dave Ramsey's show that he wrote a book. What was that one? He goes, "Go to college financially free" or something like that. There's this dude, I forgot his name, young dude. There's not many of us over here, you guys, and I want to bring as many of the SMD family members over here with me. I can help you on your way, man. I promise you. Go to my website, right there, scrolling at the bottom. Schedule your free 30-minute consultation. Schedule it yourself. I will create a plan for you to become financially free, unlike any other person. You will live in the second invisible economy. Again, I'm going to say it one more time. The only reason why it's invisible to you is if you're in debt. Slaves are not allowed over here, and slaves owe money. What is your price to become not to no longer be a slave? Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Now all you got to do is believe it. That's going to be hard. The younger you are, the better. The younger you are, the better. Free yourself. Don't be like me. Don't wake up at age 40. Don't get me wrong. Thank God I did. Hey, because I sure would hate to be 60. Let's put it this way. I've never known anything. The feeling of financial freedom, I'm trying my best to explain to you guys what it feels like. Had I known this feeling, if I woke up at 60 with $50,000 in student loan debt at 60, oh man, I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you. Had I woke up at 60 with student loan debt, oh man, I swear to God, I'd be crying. I'd be crying. I would cry. I'd be so mad at myself, believing everybody in the freaking debt matrix, and even people in my family. This is how powerful it is. Your family loves you. They don't want you in student loan debt, but if they don't know, they don't know. I'd be crying right now, you guys. I swear I'd be crying. The reason why there are no, check it out. There are no quick ways out of debt. That's why they sell you quick ways out of debt. You guys, listen. I'm going to say that one more time. There are no quick ways out of debt. That's why they sell you quick ways out of debt. Jalen says Anthony O'Neill. Oh, okay. Yeah, Anthony O'Neill. Thank you, Jalen. Appreciate it. Yeah, Debt Free Degree. I read it. Oh, how was it, Jalen? How was that book? And did you read it? I haven't read it. I'm sure it's from a debt free. It's got to be from a debt free perspective. Okay, so it got to be an awesome book. How was it? NC Briggs says, I'm coming. I want freedom now. Exactly. You got the bug, NC Briggs. If you guys are not on the Discord server, please get on that server. NC Briggs, Hyphy, and I, we're like active in there, okay? We're like active. NC Briggs got the bug. NC Briggs is experiencing walking around in the debt matrix, unbelieved, bewildered from what was normal speak. Now it's not. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe I used to say that out loud. Yes. Yes. I love what I do, you guys. I love what I do. I do. There's not such, there's no, man, there's no better reward feeling than hearing a total stranger say, LJ, you've changed my life. How many people in the world get to hear those words from a total stranger? How many? Not many. Not many. Mike says, repeat to self, no quick way out of debt. There is no quick way out of debt. No quick way at all. Accept it, man. It's okay. It's okay to accept it. Don't be like the people in the debt matrix. Oh, okay. Listen, here's the sayings. Oh man, it's gonna take forever. You can't take it with you. Money's the root of all evil. What else? What else was the debt matrix saying? Money doesn't grow on trees. You might as well live life now before you get old. What else? What else people in debt say? They say things like, yeah, I already said you can't take it with you. What else? They just have so many reasons to why they're okay with being in debt. Jalen says, loved it. I've passed it along to my younger siblings. Wow. Okay, cool. Hyphy says, there's the Discord server right there. Please join, you guys. You guys can ask questions in there. Sometime Cosmic Wisdom, she jumps in there every now and then, you know. If you guys are talking in there now, I don't have my phone on me, so I'm not even looking at it at the moment. NC Briggs says, just everyday bills are changing for me after listening to you and Hyphy. I know, I can see. And even that new deal you got right now on NC Briggs, it's good. Don't get me wrong, but there's even better deals than what you got on that cell phone deal. There's even better deals. Right now, I'm just glad you're taking the steps. You're doing what it takes to reduce. I got it. But there's even better deals than that. I'm excited for you, NC Briggs. You're just dipping your toes in there right now. You don't even that's just the beginning. That's just, I'm telling you, it, and guess what? It still comes to me. Things come to me that were right in my face the whole time. Like, listen to this. All I'm waiting for is this. I'm waiting for that one up and coming person that's making a lot of money right now, and they don't really understand money, right? But they're ashamed to tell anybody. And then I'm waiting for them to come across my channel and listen to me, and it's going to make sense. And then I'm gonna change their whole entire life. Like, I'm looking for, like, I can't wait to find a young upcoming, like a rookie to basketball, football, whatever, it doesn't matter, a singer or whatever, right? Because you always hear stories about people taking advantage of them because they're young and they're making all this money and they're being taken advantage of. They're being preyed upon. I'm waiting to get a hold of one of them youngsters. And when I show them how easy it is to decipher between people that's trying to steal their money, my business is going to take through the roof. Because they're going to share with their friends. They're going to be like, oh, is it really this easy? Yes, it's that easy. You will be Neo in this business world. You'll be Neo in the debt matrix. Everything they spit at you it's gonna look like it's gonna be coming in slow motion. They're not gonna be knowing that they're speaking debt. They're not, because they believe in the debt matrix. They believe debt is just part of life. No, it's not. Mike says they make more money off of minimum payments. They sure do. That's just business. Banks are not evil. Only people in the debt matrix think that. Oh, the banks are crooks. The banks are scamming us. They. This is what's so funny. Okay, now don't get me wrong. There's people out there that are scammers. That I can't stand scammers. Okay, they're just taking full advantage of people that don't understand money. That's all they're doing. They're not taking advantage of anybody. They're not. Banks are not taking advantage of anybody. No, they're not. All you got to do is, hey, you're charging how much for what? Oh, yeah, I'm not doing that. Okay, no, thank you. Black Knight says the form is not set up to trick anyone. It is set up for the average American wage earner. You should only check that block if you have a CPA doing your taxes, even as a business owner. Exactly. None of this is tricking anybody. You guys, listen, none of this is tricking anybody. All you got to do is do the mathematics and you'll see. None of it's a trick. I'm saying that it tricks people that are in debt, that don't know about money, that believe taxes are the reason why they can't get ahead. So they go and check that box. And then they start thinking about money individually. Oh, there's millions of people in the US. They're not gonna check on little old me. Yes, they will. They just haven't got to you yet. They know if they don't get to you right away, you're going to get comfortable with it. And then guess what? You're going to adjust your lifestyle to not paying taxes. And then guess what? They're going to come knocking on that door. They're going to send you a letter first. You're probably going to ignore it. Oh, they won't get me. Yes, they will. And every day you ignore it is going to be more penalties and fees. And then you keep ignoring it. Then you're going to go to prison. And then you're going to pay close attention because you don't want to lose your freedom. NC Briggs says looked up house debt, 869 billion in house debt and mortgage debt. Yeah, it's probably more in the trillions. Mortgage debt's in the trillions. Think about it this way, NC Briggs. Imagine how many people are out there believing that they're homeowners with mortgages. I just learned that there's 40 and 50-year mortgages. I did not know that. Blew me away. Blew my freaking mind. There are 40 and 50-year mortgages. Ooh, they're taking advantage of the slaves. Ooh, slaves, slaves, slaves. They're just whipping you on the back of whipping. The whip is made of ignorance. I'm not sure if that's made of leather or not. I'm not sure. They're just whipping them on the back. Whoosh. Can you imagine a person in the debt matrix I can't even imagine the fees in a 50-year mortgage. I can't even imagine that. But imagine somebody signing a 40 or 50-year mortgage, walking away with the keys, literally believing they're homeowners. Oh my God. That is just, oh, that is so bad. That's mean. Why you gotta do slaves like that? But then again, that's just my feelings. Okay? That's just my feelings about it. Doesn't matter how I feel about mathematics. That is so bad when I think about it. 40, 50 years? But then again, what was the other day? Who was that? I think somebody in this in S&B family said Corvette or Chevrolet is coming out with a 20-year car loan. 20 years. 20 years. Now, pay attention to what I'm saying because I look at money collectively. Do you believe somebody, I know it doesn't make sense to you, okay? It just might not make sense to you, but trust me, it's highly relevant. Do you believe somebody signing up for a 20-year car loan, you think they know their tax bracket? No, they don't. Somebody signing up for a 12-year car loan. You think they know their tax bracket? No, they don't. God, I can't believe that. But you got to remember, if people wasn't doing it, they wouldn't provide it. Now, if the majority of people that believe, because it is true, the majority of people out there that believe they're homeowners have mortgages. They don't know they're not a homeowner, or else they wouldn't call themselves one. If this is you, stop it. Stop calling yourself a homeowner when you know you're not. Each time somebody asks you, "Hey, are you a homeowner?" I want you to say this right out loud to them. Nope, I'm buying it. I'm in the process of buying it. Stop saying that to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. And then if you say it enough, nope, I'm in the process of buying it, right? And if you're 20 years in and you're still saying, nope, I'm in the process of buying it, I want you to say to yourself, oh my God, I can't believe I've been saying that same thing for 20 years. You refinance your house, I want you to say, yep, nope, I'm starting at 30 years over, because every time you refinance your house, you're starting the 30 years over again. When you go to pull equity out of a house, you say, I'm borrowing the equity, because you're literally borrowing the money at a percentage rate. It's not my equity, because if it was my money, I wouldn't have to borrow it, and I sure wouldn't be paying a percentage on it, an interest rate, because it's not your money. That's why you're borrowing it. Listen to the terms used. You're borrowing equity because it's not your money. That's why you're borrowing it. When you go to your savings account, do you say, hey, I need to fill out some paperwork because I'm going to borrow some money out of my savings account? No, because it's your money. Be real with yourself. If you ever want to stop being a slave, because if you're in debt and you don't know how much debt you're in, you're a slave. If you have a mortgage, it's not your house, slave. Those are your quarters that the masses give to you. They want their slaves to be comfortable. They don't want their slaves to feel like slaves, because people still believe the movies. They believe the quarters look the way they look back in the day, and some rundown, swampy looking whatever back in the movies. No, times have changed. They can't literally whip anybody. They can't literally put chains on you. They can't literally just disrespect you. They will go to jail. Times have changed. Everything changes. So they just thought of a new way. Student loans. Student loans are the new slavery. That's the new slavery. Starts you right off at 18. Make sure it carries down generational. Get your parents to believe it. Get your grandparents to believe it. That's why I did the article the other day. Their grandparents still in student loan debt. So if they don't know anything, they're going to pass that down to their children, and then their children are going to pass it down to their children. This is generational, people. Can you imagine how many slaves are going to like vote for Bernie Sanders because he mentioned that he's going to try to get rid of student loan debt? That's never going to happen. Giving slaves hope, because the majority of people are in debt. So if he can get the majority of the people to believe what he's saying, he's going to win. Get in the office and say, oh man, I ran into a snag. It can't, but they're never going to release that many of their slaves. 45 million people that are in slavery, they will never be able to populate their slave camps. You know what slave camps are? Student loan forgiveness programs. Those are slave camps. They tell you where you're going to work, how long you're going to work, and how much you're going to work for, slave. They do doctors the worst. Ooh, they do doctors the worst. Oh my God. They do doctors the worst. Paying peanuts during residency. Ooh, that is messed up. They could at least start a doctor out at $100,000 in residency. At least. They force doctors to put their big, gigantic $400,000 in student loan debt in forbearance. Because they know by the time you reach the age of residency, you probably meet a woman. That woman probably want kids and a house, and you can't say, "Hey, check it out, baby. Can you wait additional 5 years so I can pay?" First, wait the 5 years in residency, right, and then wait for the 5 years to pay off all that student loan debt. Once I become a doctor, you think somebody's going to wait? No, they're not. They're not going to wait. So they're going to put during residency, they're going to put their loans in forbearance and it's going to accrue. Can you imagine the interest that is earned on $300,000 in student loan debt? Ooh, wee. And you guys don't even really see the bigger picture. Imagine a doctor that's buried in student loan debt. He doesn't even know he or she's performance is affected by having that student loan debt hanging on their head as they're working on people, helping people. Doctors don't even know how much their performance would improve once that student loan debt is gone. Man, my whole work life changed once I paid off my student loan debt. And I was a computer engineer. My whole outlook on my job totally changed once my student loan debt was gone. My whole outlook changed. I can't explain it. I don't know how to explain it to you, but it did. I could clearly see how my job was taking advantage of me. And I'm not saying in a negative way. I'm just saying that they were getting the most amount of money. I mean, the most performance out of me for the cheapest amount of money. Because if I was debt free doing what I was doing, because I was good at what I did. I would charge $200,000 for my salary. Yeah, you're gonna pay me 200,000. Our scale only reaches this. I don't care what your scale reaches. This is how much I'm worth. There would be no, you know how they when you start a job, right? This is our block system. You 2 years in, you reach this pay scale. 3 years in, you reach this pay, and you just believe that you just believe you gotta follow that pay scale. No, you don't. You can skip all that. You can skip all that. You walk in, because I remember being in debt, needing a job very badly, right? And so you're just crossing your fingers, hope they hire you, right? And you accept whatever pay they give you. No, sir. No. Because they always ask you that question. So what is your salary expectancy? You know what I said in the last job? I said, what's the highest scale on your whatever, right? They say it's this. I said, that's what I want. And guess what? I got it. Because I'm saying something that the majority don't say. They don't the majority of people, when they go for a job, they don't come in saying the salary that they want. They don't, because they're nervous that they won't hire them. Oh, this person wants too much money. So what? This is what I want, or else I'm not working here. You hire a different slave. Slave Slaves accept less than what they're worth. Only slaves do that. If you know you're good at what you do, you say, this is what you're paying me. Oh, sorry, we don't we're not going to do that. Okay, thank you for telling me. Have a good day. Cuz trust me, they're right. There's another slave that's probably just as good as you. Listen, cuz don't think you're the best. I don't think I'm the best at what I do. That'd be idiotic for me to ever think of that way. There's a slave that has skills just as good as you, maybe even better than you, that will accept the job for half the price and work double the hours. Only slaves do that. Are you a slave? Slaves accept attitudes from their bosses when they come in. The boss comes in with an attitude and tries to take it out on you. Slaves accept that. Hey, no, you can't. Hey, don't talk to me like that. You better head on back home. I don't know what your wife or your girlfriend did to you, but don't bring that attitude to work. This is business. Only slaves congregate around the water about the water dispenser, talking about, oh man, you better watch out for boss. He's really on a bad one today. Only slaves do that. I'm mad at myself sometimes when I think about that. I allowed that. I was a slave for years. Slave, slave, slave. If you're young right now and you're listening to me and you're in your 20s, your 30s, listen closely, okay? Whatever debt you have is not a lot of debt. If you listen to what I'm saying right now and you do whatever it takes to get out of debt, you will no longer be a slave for the rest of your life. You will know exactly how to become a millionaire. You will know exactly who to hire that understands the tax system. You don't even need to know about who you don't even need to know or understand taxes. You'll know exactly who to hire to do your taxes. Ask to see their personal credit report. Their personal credit report will have to look like your personal credit report, blank. There's nothing to show. That's why you want to see it. People in debt don't know that. That's why it doesn't matter if you show them, because there's nothing on it. Nothing. Your tax person's credit report will look like your credit report. That's how you know to financially trust them. And that goes with anything. You want to get a good lawyer? Do the same. Anything. Because people that know, they know to ask that question. So if somebody comes to me, Linnell, I ain't gonna trust you until I see your personal credit report. I say, sure, I know exactly why you're asking. I'll show you anyway. But if you're even asking that question, you already know. You will you will kill it. Young people, you will kill it in this world. You will live in the invisible second economy. You will live here. This economy controls the economy that the majority can see. This one controls that one. Doesn't matter if slaves can see it or not. Slaves are irrelevant. They are necessary. They are necessary. They're choosing to be slaves. That's why you leave. That's how you leave your feelings out of it. They are choosing not to believe in mathematics. That's the only difference between the invisible economy and the economy that the majority can see. They are choosing to be there. They are choosing to believe that they can invest in anything outside of themselves with negative dollars, money that doesn't even exist. Money that doesn't even exist. Don't even know the tax bracket. Only slaves believe that. Slaves believe they are making it with invisible money. Now, listen to me, 20-year-olds. Listen to me closely, okay? Listen, somebody designed this second economy. Somebody designed this to be hidden in plain sight using basic mathematics that we all learned in grade school. Now, you guys can relate to me because you are closer to grade school than the older people, people in my generation, people my age. Forget about it. Don't even worry about people my age that don't know. Don't take financial advice from people my age that are in debt. Don't ever take it. Don't ever take financial advice from them people. No, no, don't do that. If you understand this now, you will be free for the rest of your life. You won't believe in 30-year mortgages. That's all part of the conditioning. Somebody designed a system that makes slaves believe that it's okay to have a 30-year mortgage. Half the people with 30-year mortgages don't even know what type of mortgage they have. Don't ever be like that, ever. You want to be a multimillionaire by the time you're my age? Believe in mathematics and you will be. If it doesn't make mathematical sense, always remember this in your mind, young people. Listen to this phrase, okay? Listen to the statement because every part of it is true. Math and money are one. If math didn't exist, we would not have the ability to count money. We would grab a stack of money and just look at it and wouldn't know what to do with it. Because if math didn't exist, you couldn't count it. If it doesn't make mathematical, and the only thing that separates math from money are feelings. So if it doesn't make mathematical sense, it doesn't make financial sense either. CENTS. Never separate them ever, and you will be rich. It doesn't matter what people in the debt matrix do. It doesn't matter what people in the debt matrix say. They are slaves. Do not listen to slaves talk about money ever. Ignore them, but don't say it. You just nod your head and smile because they won't understand you if you respond. If you respond to them speaking debt free, they won't understand a word you're saying, and then they're going to get upset at you. Do not pay attention to slave talk. They're choosing, and don't feel bad for them. Don't feel bad about slave talk because they don't know that they're talking debt. They're slaves. They don't know. And they're choosing to not believe in mathematics. That's why it's a choice. They're choosing not to believe in math. NC Briggs says, wow, did that with my bosses for a long time. See what I'm saying, NC Briggs? You know why you were accepting it? Because you were in debt. You were a slave. Slave don't want to upset the master. You don't want to upset master. You might lose your job. Even though you know that whatever attitude they have, that has nothing to do with work. It has nothing to do with work. Their problems at home have nothing to do with work. You accept it because you're a slave. NC Briggs says, LJ, it's like you watching me on TV sometimes. NC Briggs, look at it this way, okay? Look at it as a gift. You will see the debt matrix as if you're watching TV. I'm glad you brought this up. This is how I look at the debt matrix. It's like I'm watching TV. Go on Facebook and listen to everyday slaves talk about, hey, I got a raise, I deserve a new car, and they get a raise, something that can get them out of debt. What do? They go deeper in debt. They go further in debt. That's why it doesn't matter if you gave a slave $100,000. You guys, and all this stuff I'm telling you guys can test this out. If somebody had $100,000 in student loan debt and you gave a slave $100,000, you think they'll pay off their student loan debt? No, they won't. If the government was smart, and I said this the other day, and if you guys are new today, I want you guys to see something, how it's done. Okay, this is true. Slaves don't know they're slaves. Okay, they don't know they're a slave. Okay, so listen to this. If the government was smart and they want and a politician would be able to do this. This is impossible, but I'm just saying this off the top of my head. To look good to the slaves, say like they said, you know what? We're not going to pay off your total student loan debt, but we're going to pay half of it. And we're not going to pay the money directly to your student loan debt. We're going to mail you a check for half of your student loan debt. So that way you can pay off at least half and then you can work off the other half. You give you give slaves half of what they owe on student loan debt. You think they're going to pay, you think they're going to put that whole half on their student loan debt? No, they're not. No, they're not. They're going to listen to other slaves that tell them to invest in this, invest instead of paying off your student loan debt. This is what slaves tell other slaves. Hey, you know what? This is the common one. Hey, don't pay off your student loan debt. Won't you take that money and won't you invest it into XYZ? And then when you earn money off, when you earn interest off of your investment, then you can take that money and pay off your student loan debt. All slaves tell that to other slaves. If a slave knew you cannot, if a slave actually took the time to understand that it's mathematically impossible to invest negative dollars into anything, they would know that slave was lying to him. Wait a minute. If I'm in the negative, where is this? This is all the slave have to do. If I'm in the negative, how how am I supposed? Where's this money coming from that I'm investing into investment XYZ that you keep talking about? Oh yeah, you have to borrow it. You mean to tell me I got to go deeper in debt to invest in XYZ? Yes, you got to go in deeper in debt, slave. Black Knight says the root of mortgage is morgue. The root word of mortgage is morgue, which really it literally translates to death pledge. I know I looked that up, Black Knight. Oh my God, when I read that, the wealth pay off their personal residence in less than 10 years. Believe that, you guys. Believe what Black Knight is saying. That is 100% true. If you sit back and think, if you're 30 years old and you sign up for a mortgage that's 30 years, you're literally saying that you're going to pay it off when you're 60? You're literally saying that nothing financially is going to happen to you in 30 years? Those odds are better than Vegas. You better believe the bank is going to take those odds. And then now they got 40 and 50-year mortgages. Oh my God. Young people, pick a house. Pick a house that you would want to live in the future, okay? Make it a rental. Make sure it's a rental. It's identified as a rental in the eyes of the IRS. Make sure the guidelines are followed to the T. Get a lawyer and say, hey, I'm going to buy this house. I want to make sure it's classified as a rental under a business name. You do that, that house will be done being paid off in like 7 years. And then once it's paid off, and then you go back and live in it. You didn't even pay, you pay the house off faster and you didn't even have to pay the whole house yourself. You get one mortgage, you might have one, maybe one more in your life if you buy an additional house. And then after that, you won't need another mortgage for the rest of your life. As long as you do it right. How do you pick the right person that's going to do it? You walk into the tax person, the tax lawyer, real estate lawyer, whatever, doesn't matter. You pick the right one. You say, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to rent this house and I want to pay it off within 7 to 10 years. Make a plan for it. And then they'll know exactly what to do. Death pledge sure is. You think people in the debt matrix knew that? I didn't know that. I bought three houses. When I say bought, let me say that wrong. Mortgages. You think I own any of them today? Nope. Quentin says 40 to 50-year mortgages. You got to be kidding me. Nope. All slaves. And honestly, you guys, I have no idea. Hey, have a good one. Have a good one, Raining Woman. Appreciate you jumping in here. Much appreciated. You don't even need to have a just get out the debt matrix, you guys. Just get out. Come see me. I promise you, I can give you a plan. I promise you. I've helped quite a few people. I ain't gonna lie, and it's great. Had a client send me his payoff letter to his student loan debt. Oh man, that was awesome. I said, I'm probably the only person you can share with. He was like, yep, nobody else will care. Because people in student loan debt, if you show your payoff letter to a person in student loan debt and you paid your student loan, you think they're really going to be happy for you? Not really. Not really. You can see Briggs says 20-year car loans and 50-year mortgages. Yep. And just think, there's somebody out there with a 50-year mortgage, with a brand new car in the with a brand new car in the house with a 20-year car loan on it. And remember, the slaves on the outside, they see this person with a nice house and a nice car, and the other slaves will believe this slave has money. That's how it works. That's how it works. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. I always put this stream link on there. So just in case if you want to jump on here during this conversation and ask me a question, you can. It's totally up to you. You don't have to get on camera. You can just use your voice. Just do audio. I know my channel is not that popular because I don't gossip. I don't do gossiping. Gossip really is just, I don't know, man. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's just the opinions of many that mean nothing. It just means nothing. I love what I do because everything I do is factual. I can prove it with mathematics. And people that have money, they can hear me and say, okay, all right, LJ knows, he knows the basics. Okay, he knows what this. I'm not saying I understand how real estate work. I'm not saying I know in depth about taxes, business taxes. No, I know how to pick the right people to know that stuff. If I'm ready, when my business grows beyond to where I can't handle my taxes, I know how to pick the right person that knows how to handle taxes. I'm gonna ask to see if I don't go to a professional business, if it's a person. Because I know there's a person out there that is just as passionate as how I am getting people debt free. I know there's a person, believe it or not, there's a person out there that's passionate about taxes, understanding the tax system. I promise you. And this person is debt free because you have to be debt free to understand that there's different versions of the tax system. There's the debt version and there's the debt free version. There's two versions, I promise you. Here's my email. Okay. And I need to ask something of you guys. I need some ideas from you guys for more ideas for the show. Okay. For the channel. I need you guys to let me know what you want to see from me. What do you want? If am I saying things that need to be better explained? I need input from you to improve this channel. I need your input. I need you to say, hey, LJ, I need you to do more pictures explaining something or more videos, something. Because this is not going to stop for me. NC Brick says, car will break down, then they will finance a second car or put the old car on top of the new car loan, then refinance their house. That's what they do. People in debt, they believe, like you'll hear this all the time. I refinanced my house and paid off my car and paid off my credit cards. Okay. This is natural speak for people in debt. Okay. This is what they're saying, viewed from the second economy. They believe they don't even own the house. That's why they have a mortgage. So they believe they borrowed the bank's money against the bank's house to pay the bank's cars and to pay off the bank's cars and to pay off the bank's credit cards with their own money. And then the person that did it, the slave, believes they're driving around in cars that they paid off themselves and paid off credit cards themselves. That's what they believe. And the bank also knows that once they quote pay off the credit cards, you think slaves are going to close those credit cards? No, they're not. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to max them back out. The bank understands this. And they know if they paid off the car, guess what the slave's going to believe? Oh man, I'm going to go trade this car and upgrade my car. They're going to do exactly what slaves do. Slaves do that. Slaves keep burying themselves in debt. If they walk away believing they paid off their cars and credit cards, that's a slave mentality. Then they go around bragging, oh yeah, I paid off my cars. No, you didn't, slave. Again, you can't say this to a slave, okay? You can't say to their face what I'm telling you. You can't say that. You're going to lose all your friends and family if you do things like that. You have to remain quiet. You have to just look at them and say, hey, oh yeah, that's a nice car. Oh, you paid off your credit cards? Cool. You paid off your car? Wow, it must be nice to have the title in here. Oh yeah, I got the title to my car. They speak like that. Any questions? I hope you guys are taking in what I teach. Don't be afraid to reach out to me. Don't be afraid to say, I'm not ready to see LJ. If you're in debt, you're ready to see me. The sooner the better. I don't want to see you guys end up at age 60 in student loan debt, in debt. And when you hear like the one I did yesterday about 60-year-olds still in student loan debt, they're just talking about the student loan debt. You better believe at 60, if you have student loan debt, you have other debt too. There's credit card debt, car loan debt. They have it all. Trust me, they have it all. You don't want to be that person at 60. You don't. It happens fast. You don't want to wake up and be like, oh, damn. At least with other debt, you can file Chapter 7 and get free. Student loan debt, you can't. Student loan debt is bulletproof. It's bankruptcy proof. The student loan debt is the only debt that can survive an economy crash. Stormtrooper says, do more videos breaking down YouTubers debt flipping. What Stormtrooper, what do you mean by debt flip? What's debt flipping? What's that? You mean like flipping houses? What do you mean by that? Breaking down YouTubers debt flipping. Unless I want to make sure that's not a term that I've never heard of. I've never heard of debt flipping. I mean, just hearing that it intrigues me. I've never heard of debt flipping. How do you flip debt? Black Knight says, had a telemarketer call telling me he could help me increase my. Oh, I would love to hear a telemarketer calling you, Black Knight. I really, that would be awesome. You need to do a two-way recording on that. Had a telemarketer call telling me he could help me increase my credit score by 20 points. When I told him that it was mathematically impossible, he asked me how did I do it? I hung up the phone. Click. You think I'm gonna explain that to you, telemarketer? Oh my God. That had to been hilarious, man. Oh my goodness, man. Stormtrooper said making money off of debt. You know what? If Stormtrooper, do me a favor. All right. We can do it right now if you wish. All right, do me a favor. If you know of one right now, send me the link there and I can look at it right now as you speak, because I want you guys to know this. It doesn't matter. I don't have to pre-watch this video. I don't have to pre-watch it or anything. If they're speaking debt, I'm going to know right away. Anybody, you guys, if you guys know somebody right now on YouTube, we'll just do it right now. Send me the link. Send me the link and we'll do it right now. I want you guys to understand it doesn't matter. I don't have to prepare. Anybody speaking debt, I can see it. Everybody in it, every slave, the majority of slaves believe they can flip something in debt. If they don't even know they're in debt, how are they going to flip debt? It doesn't even make sense. Making money off of debt. Now, I can tell if they're talking about business, if they're making money off of business debt, that is different. That is true. I am not against business debt. Personal debt and business debt is different because sometimes the majority of these people, they be mixing business debt and personal debt. They always do that. But when you're in debt, you don't know they're mixing them. Now, I know a Black Knight can attest to that. There's a guy that I follow. He's the credit guru or something like that. Those guys be killing me, man. Those guys be cracking me up. Ooh, they crack me up. Let me see. Who is this guy? Let me see. Because I subscribe to him so I can get the alerts so I can watch his lives. So I can just jump on and listen. I don't say anything. I just watch. God, let me see. What is okay, this person is keeping it real with credit. Keeping it real with, let me see his channel. Who is his channel? Yeah, his channel is keeping it real with credit. This guy be cracking me up, you guys. Oh, he cracks me up. He be cracking me up. He got a bunch of lives and he got 227,000 subscribers. Oh my God. Let me give you guys his channel right now. Okay. I follow him because I like to see what people in debt tell other people in debt. Okay. Here's one. This is the guy I was following. Check that out. Yeah, just do that, Stormtrooper. Let me know. I see this guy a lot on. Who you talking about? I Am Brand. You see what guy? Yeah, you watched NC Breeze. You said you watched Keeping It Real. He's funny to me. Okay, that dude's funny. He cracks me up. I'm looking through his videos now. Let me see. Okay, he's got a lot of live sessions. Keeping it real with. Okay, I'm just looking through his titles. Get a 700 credit score for free in minutes. I don't see hey Black Knight. One of his titles says, get a 700 plus credit score for free in minutes. That's impossible. How long till accounts fall off my credit report? Oh man, that's another myth. Okay, what else is there? What else he got? He got a lot of lives. His lives he must be doing pretty good with his lives because he's got a lot of live sessions. Let's see what else he's got there. Best credit cards for your credit score. How soft pulls. Keeping it real. Keeping it real. Keeping it real. Here is what to do during a bank. Here is what to do during a bank outage. I have no idea what that even means. A bank outage? I didn't know that banks have outages. Okay. What to do to prepare for a mortgage with what? With bad credit. You don't get one. What to do if a store card retailer closes. Okay, whatever. Keeping it real with Credit Live. Boy, he got a ton of videos. He got a lot of lives. I guess people are liking his lives. I don't know. Okay. NC Briggs says, I sent you a link about flipping houses, no money. Okay, let me go to my email. 1 second here. Just a second, you guys. We're gonna do this right now. All right. How long? Let me see. 1 second. I'm getting there. Getting there. 1 second. Where did you email me the link? NC Briggs? Did you email it to savings-debt.com or would you Oh, okay, I got it. Never mind. Okay, you send it to the other one. 1 second here. I got it. It's just slow because I got this video going. All right, we're gonna do this right now, you guys, because I want you guys to see. Okay, 1 second. All right, just a second. All right, we're gonna do this together because I want you guys to see how this works. Okay. All right, let me pause this guy 1 second. One second. Setting it up here. View bookmarks bar. Okay. All right, and it's about just short of 8 minutes. Okay, let me adjust my mic so you guys can hear. All right, we're gonna do this together. Okay. And I want you to, I've never heard this person in my life. I have no idea. Now, again, before I start, I'm not saying this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm not saying if he's dumb, if he's doing something illegal. I'm not saying any of that. All right. The only thing I'm listening for is if he's coming from a debt perspective. Okay. Now, this guy it's called Flipping Mastery TV. Flipping Mastery TV. Okay, that's an interesting name. But all right, let me set this up. Let me get this screen set up. 1 second here. All right. 1 second. Okay, here we go, people. Let me make sure my volume's up.
Have you ever heard the saying, it takes money to make money? Whenever I tell someone that you can make money in real estate with no money and no credit, that's usually what they tell me. The truth is, if you have money, you can certainly use it to invest in real estate, and that will allow you to make a return on that investment. But it is possible to start making money in real estate, even if you're dead broke, living in your parents' basement, or even homeless. Now, I'm exaggerating a little, but seriously, there is a way in real estate that doesn't require money to make money. It takes hustle to make money, and the way that we do that is by flipping houses. So in this video, I'm gonna break it down for you, and I'm gonna show you the 4 ways to flip real estate with no money, even if you're homeless. Coming up. Estate strategies. Jerry Norton. So much about flipping real estate is unlike a lot of other real estate strategies. You don't need money to invest in order to make money. If you're broke and you don't have 2 nickels to rub together, then pay very close attention to this video. That was the case for me. I was working in construction in my mid-20s, digging holes for minimum wage when I got started in real estate. And I became a millionaire by the age of 30.
Okay, right now, he's telling you the common sob story, okay? Everybody says, hey, I came from this. I want you guys to follow the normal, not saying that it's not true. I'm just saying a lot of people say, hey, I came from the rags to riches story, okay? That's like a pattern, okay?
I'm living proof that you can do it. There's one real estate strategy that has been the saving grace for me, my most successful students, and countless others.
All right, I'm gonna fast forward this because I don't feel like hearing all that.
Wholesaling, it doesn't take money to make money. It takes deals to make money, and it takes hustle to get deals. Let me explain. Real estate investors who have capital to invest or access to capital to invest are desperately looking for deals, either to buy and hold for cash flow or maybe to fix up and resell. These investors are in good deals, and this is where wholesaling comes in. A wholesaler finds a distressed property where the seller is motivated to sell that property at a discount, aka a good deal. The wholesaler gets a contract with that seller, and now that contract legally binds the seller to the price and terms of the contract. That contract now is extremely valuable. That wholesaler can take that contract to a local active investor, and that investor will pay for the right to take over the contract and buy the property. That investor will pay $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 or more. I recently wholesaled a little house for $23,000 and I didn't put any money into the deal. So let me break down the 4 ways to start flipping houses with no money. But first, if we've never met, I'm Jerry Norton, and years or even 3 to 5 years, but right now so that you can achieve true financial freedom and live your dream life. Consider subscribing to my channel to succeed at wholesaling. Has nothing to do with real estate at all and is the most important. You have to have a burning desire and some hustle. I was dead broke when I started, but what I did have was a burning desire for a better life and a willingness to do whatever it took to change.
As you guys can see, we're about 3 minutes in and he still ain't told you nothing yet. Okay. He's not saying anything. He's just telling you, he's asking how you feel, what you want, and all this other stuff. Okay. But nothing has happened yet. Okay.
Change my financial situation. I felt like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson did when he started out. He said, I had $7 in my pocket and I knew 2 things.
There's another rag to riches story. See how they continue? He still hasn't gotten to the point yet.
I'm broke as hell and one day I won't be. Now, I can teach you strategy, but I can't teach you passion. I can teach you technique, but if you quit every time things get hard, I can't help you. I can show you how to build a 6 and even 9 energy and effort. I can't help you. I can teach you the skills to be successful. Cost a dime. Number 2 is technique and strategy. With wholesaling, there are specific steps to find deals, analyze them, negotiate, make offers, structure the deals, getting contracts with sellers and cash buyers. And I believe if you're willing to invest money in a good training program and in a coach and mentor, you can 10 times your result.
If you're broke, you have no money to invest in any type of program. Okay. So you're broke. He still hasn't said anything about where this money coming from that he's going to flip. He hasn't said anything yet.
It's the fast track to success. And I offer all of those things from home study courses to elite mentoring programs. But if you're starting out and you don't have any money, tap into the free resources that are available. Just with me, I have hundreds of how-to videos on YouTube. I gave away my best-selling book for free, link in the description. I gave away 2 different deal-finding software tools for free, link in the description. I gave away a 96-page.
I'm gonna fast forward some of this stuff, okay?
I was in your shoes not that long ago. 2, God will bless me tenfold for giving back. And 3, when you're ready to invest in yourself, you'll come to me. So there is no reason to do what I did. As soon as I started doing some deals, I reinvested back into my business for marketing, and I reinvested in myself, and I paid for advanced training and mentoring. And I still do that today. Watch this video to learn the 2 rules when choosing a mentor. Number 3 is lead generation. There are lots of ways to spend money on generating leads, such as buying lists, doing direct mail, hanging abandoned signs on telephone poles, and so on. But there are also ways to find leads that don't cost any money, such as driving for dollars, getting bird dogs to find deals for you, going after on-market properties that are listed for sale with real estate agents. Like I mentioned, I gave away 2 software tools for free that find lead acquisition strategies as you and 25% into training and mentoring. Now, if you have the discipline to do that, you will be wildly successful. Number 4 is earnest money. When you sign a contract with a motivated seller, it's customary to put down a good faith deposit of $500 to $1,000. This money is held in escrow and then applied to the purchase.
How are you going to put down? He just said how to do this with no money. How are you going to put down $500 earnest? How are you going to put down any money if you have no money? That doesn't even make sense. Let me tell you what he's not saying. You have to borrow the money. If you have no money and you need to put down earnest money, that means you have to borrow the money. That means you have to go further in debt to invest. This is why they sell you. There is no quick way out of debt, you guys. There is no quick way. This is why they sell you quick ways out of debt. Now, again, this is his business. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying that you shouldn't follow him. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just showing you from a debt-free perspective. You have no money. It's not a scam. He's not scamming people. He's not scamming. He's not scamming. It's his business. He can't, if you trust mathematics, a scammer can't scam you if you trust mathematics. So I'm not saying he's a scammer. I'm just saying he is doing business. What he's saying doesn't make any mathematical sense. If he's telling you how to flip whatever he's trying to tell you with no money, now he's telling you to put earnest money down. Wait a minute. You have no money. You can't put no earnest money down. You can't do that. What are you talking about?
Purchase at the closing. Well, what if you don't have $500 to $1,000 for earnest money deposit? Here's how to handle it.
How?
First of all, when wholesaling, as soon as you get a cash buyer, you'll get a deposit from him or her. Make sure that deposit is at least equal to the deposit you put down with a motivated seller.
Oh, so yeah, example, right.
If you agree to a $1,000 earnest money deposit when you sign a contract with a seller, and then 2 days later you wholesale your contract to a cash buyer investor, require that investor give you at least $1,000 deposit. That way it washes.
Do you think anybody in debt would even know to do any of that? Come on, man. You guys, let me tell you something. You're going to get yourself in deeper trouble. You contract yourself with absolutely no money. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. You're going to get yourself in trouble.
Now, cool strategy in delaying paying your earnest money for a few days, then collect an earnest money from your investor and use that money to pay for your deposit. You can put it right in the contract. Earnest money to be paid within 5 days of accepted offer, and that gives you enough time to collect an earnest money from your buyer. So the reality is you can start wholesaling houses with literally no money invested. But here's the bottom line. You can't have $1 million dream with a minimum wage work ethic. Real estate changed my life forever, and it can do the same for you. Follow these 4 steps, go after your dreams with everything you've got, and you will be successful. And I'm a big believer that God will give us what we desire.
Oh, man. Okay, that's enough.
But we have to manifest it. So
all right, I'm about to cut him off. All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to what the majority of people out there do. First, they give you the rags to riches story. I want you guys to notice the rag. They give you stories that you cannot verify it at all. You can't verify if any of that is true. That's number one. You can't do it. And then they tell you you can start something without money. That's not true either. Okay. You have to go deeper in debt to do what he's talking about. You have no money. So you can't put down any earnest money. You can try what he's saying. Go ahead. Good luck. Good luck. Just like, did you see that, Iron Brandon? You see how you threw God in there? See how you threw God in? Oh, God will bless you. God, see, why are you throwing religion in here? That has nothing to do with money. Nothing. See what I'm saying? You guys listen. If you're new to my channel, I want you to pay attention to what they use. Again, I want to stress this. The guy that I just showed you, I'm not saying he's a scammer. I'm not saying he's lying. I'm not saying he's trying to fool you. I'm not even saying that his program don't even work. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying listen to the things. If he's coming from a debt-free perspective or a debt perspective, he is speaking in debt. He is speaking debt. People that manage money well, they would never in a million years tell you to do what he's doing. But it counts on what you're trying. If you believe them and think you're going to get something for nothing, go ahead. This is why such titles. They give you titles. What was the title of that bad boy? Let me see. 1 second here. I want you guys to pay close attention to the title of this video. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Now look at this title. Check out this title. Now look at the title. I want you to see why it's so attractive to those whom are in debt. How to flip a house, how to flip real estate with no money. The key words, no money. People in debt have no money. That's why they're attracted to it. Even if you're homeless, this is why they're attracted to these types of titles. They know subconsciously that they have no money, so they believe that there is some kind of vehicle out there that's going to take them to riches with no money. This is why such the title. I grab those kind of titles because I use those titles in my videos to attract people who are in debt that don't know. So when if I create a title to this and they come to my channel believing whatever the title says, and then they're going to come and get a different dose. I have endless titles, you guys. I'm gonna be on here twice today. I'm later on this evening. I'm gonna be on here tonight, and I'm gonna bring up a video. I'm gonna look for a good video for you guys later on this evening, and I want you guys to, in SMD family, I want you guys to pay close attention to the title. I want you to see why the title is attractive to those whom are in debt. No money down, get something for nothing. That's what this title says. Hey, broke person. Hey, slave, come get something for nothing. That's the bait on the hook. I Am Brandon says the same ones that also said God's slaves obey your masters. Yeah, obey your masters. Hyphy, if you had $1 million work ethic, Ivy says, if you had $1 million work ethic, you wouldn't be in a position of seeking no money down loans, knowing those are the worst terms. Scam antennas rise up. Exactly. But again, Hyphy, you hear it. Slaves do not. Slaves don't hear it. Slaves can't hear that. I Am Brandon. Look at it this way. You say, okay, there's a lot of deception out there. It's not, well, it's a fine line. You know, he's okay. The video that we just watched, okay, he's not lying about anything. It just doesn't make mathematical sense. People in debt don't trust mathematics. That's why they fall for stuff like that. If you understood money, you understand nothing is free. You think some stranger is gonna give you money for free to invest in your $1 million dreams? No, they're already multimillionaires. They're gonna let you borrow their money for a fee. Now you're a slave to the person you borrow money from. Period. Black Knight says, whenever you hear someone say, "All you," Black Knight, you know too. See, you can hear the phrases. Whenever you hear somebody say, "All you have to do," click. I'm gonna be just like Black Knight. All you have to do, click. Stop listening, because the rest is probably BS or something the average person can't do. Exactly. I'm gonna be like you, Black Knight. Click. I can raise your credit score 700 plus in 5 minutes. Click. Hyphy says the only deception is you lying to yourself if you fall for it. Exactly. The only deception is you if you decide you don't want to believe in mathematics. That's you. Oh, you guys, listen, the video that we just watched, it's no different than a TV commercial. It's no different than commercials. NC Briggs says, I normally ignore titles like his, and he was at the top of the listen. He was at the top of the listen, so people watch him. Yes. And I'm telling you guys why. The title says, hey, watch my video. If you watch my video, you will get something for nothing. People in debt are attracted to that. You think if I said, hey, pay off your student loans. This is the steps on paying off your people in debt don't want to hear that. They do not. And especially if they ask how long it's going to take, it's going to take you about 5 years to pay off your. They don't want to hear that. 5 years is too long. They got things to do today. They got life to live. They vacations, cars to buy. They got life to live. Hyphy says, when I hear this is a seminar my clients usually pay $6,000 for, but I'm offering it to you guys for free today because it's a scam. I know. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, I know, right, Hyphy? Why stop at 6? Why just say your seminar is $20,000, but you're giving it to you for free? It sounds better. You know? Says who? Who says it's 20? Who says it's $6,000? Who says that? I remember a woman I was dating years ago. I remember we went to the seminar in Canada. This This seminar had people listen, and I kid you guys, and I was still in the debt matrix at this time, but at this particular seminar, these people said, "Hey, we're come to this resort. We're going to be here, and then we're going to teach you guys the ways how to invest and do this and that and blah blah blah." I kid you not. This seminar cost $15,000, and it was a weekend getaway at some lavish resort, whatever, right? 15,000. People were lining up, and you know what the person on stage said? Hey, if you have to call your credit card company and increase your credit limit, do so right now. You don't want to miss this opportunity. Do you know people were lining up to sign up? 15 grand? I thought to myself, there's no way in hell I'm signing up for 15 grand. And the guy in the stage said, hey, if you guys don't want to really try to make you feel bad, if you guys don't want to sign up for this, you can go wait out in the hallway until these guys, people that want to make real money, people that want to become millionaires, shut up. I wanted to say shut up to him. I ain't moving nowhere. Shut up. I just want to see how you're doing this. How are you convincing people that have no money to spend $15,000 with you? 15 grand, and telling you to call your credit card company to increase your limit. And people were doing it. They were doing it. We need slaves. Now, personally, I believe the information I give is worth a lot of money, because you will carry it for the rest of your life. But everything I'm saying, I can prove. I can prove with mathematics. Prove it. If you're in debt and you speak like Black Knight, you speak like Hyphy, you speak like NC Briggs, you're not going to understand a word they are saying. You're not even going to understand a word they're saying. You don't get why Black Knight's saying what he's saying. You don't get why it's funny when he says certain things. Hyphy says certain things and I'm laughing. If you're in debt, you're probably like, why is that so funny? I don't get it. Because you're in debt. Stormtrooper says, check this out. Oh, you can't post a link in there. That's why I probably can't see the link. So do me a favor, Stormtrooper. Did I say that right? Stormtrooper? Yeah. Send it to my email, okay? There's my email. Send it to my email. And then I'll check it out. We'll do one more. I love doing these things with you guys. This is fun. Hold on for a quick second while I'm waiting on this thing, because we're going on 3 hours and I need to take a bathroom break. Hold on. All right, I'm back. It's right there on the screen, Stormtrooper. All right, let me go check this. All right, got it. Okay, let me get this. Okay, how long is this video? All right, let me open a new tab. Let me just open a new tab. Separate it.
I can talk about credit forever. I mean, the credit card game, it can just blow.
Okay, this guy, it's only 1 minute. So let's see here. 1 second, you guys. Okay. 1 second here. Okay. Just like I say on all videos, I got to say this from the very beginning. I've never seen this guy. I'm not saying what he's saying is a lie, scam. I don't know anything. This is my first time watching it. I'm only listening if he's speaking from a debt perspective or a debt-free perspective. Okay. Here we go.
I can talk about credit forever. I mean, the credit card game, it can just blow your mind. People complain about credit cards. If it wasn't for credit cards, most people wouldn't have started. So you have a bunch of credit cards. How many should you have? As many as you can have. As a matter of fact, the credit score works like this. Listen to this.
Okay, right off the bat. How many credit cards are you supposed to have? As many as you can have. Only people in debt talk like that, okay? All right? When you say on the from the outside perspective looking in, only people in debt talk like that. All right.
How much revolving credit you have available versus how much you've used. So if you have, say, 50,000 in credit cards and you're at 48,000 because you're just like charging in Home Depot, rehabbing the homes, and you're praying that everything goes okay, which everybody has gone through that, I'm sure, especially in the early stages. What should you do? Your credit score is going downhill. Apply for more credit cards. Because more credit is available. Now you have 100,000 credit line available, but you only use 48. All of a sudden, you know, your credit score goes back from the 6.
Oh my God.
And you're like,
did you guys hear that? Did you hear that? Instead of getting out of debt, apply for more credit. Go deeper in debt. Okay, I got to rehear that one more time, okay? All right. Black Knight, NC Briggs, Hyphy, did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? Okay, I got to rewind this, okay? I'm going back because I want to make sure my ears heard right.
Having the homes and you're praying that everything goes okay, which everybody has gone through that, I'm sure, especially in the early stages. What should you do? Your credit score is going downhill. Apply for more credit cards.
Oh my God.
Because more credit is available. Now you have 100,000 credit line available, but you only use 48. All of a sudden, you know, your credit score goes back from the 620 to 700.
Oh my God.
Something is wrong with this picture.
No, something's wrong with you.
Stop using these.
No, something's wrong with you.
As a matter of fact, you can take these
Mm-hmm.
and pay these.
Oh, okay. So, oh God. Oh, Stormtrooper, you picked a good one. Okay, you picked a cherry. So he's saying, oh my, it's only 1 minute, so I'm gonna rewatch this one more time.
And then wait a few months, then pay them again. See, credit cards get jealous of each other.
Oh, credit cards get jealous of each other. So pay debt off by going in debt with other debt.
You stop using us. We have a free trip for you if you use 25,000 right now. We increase your credit 5. Very important. Credit is very important. You can play the game on millions of dollars.
Okay, one more time, you guys. One more time. Sorry, you guys. One more time.
Credit card game, it can just blow your mind. People complain about credit cards. If it wasn't for credit cards, most people wouldn't have started. So you have a bunch of credit cards. How many should you have? As many as you can have. As a matter of fact, the credit score works like this. Listen to this. How much revolving credit you have available versus how much you've used. So if you have, say, 50,000 in credit cards and you're at 48,000 because you're just like charging in Home Depot, rehabbing the homes, and you're praying that everything goes okay, which everybody has gone through that, I'm sure, especially in the early stages.
Yes, a lot of slaves go through that. Okay, they jack up they spend money that they don't have, and now listen, you guys, listen. He's about to tell you so you got a whole bunch of credit cards and you jacked up, you had $50,000 in credit card limit or whatever, right? And then you spend up to 48,000. He's going to tell you how to change that for the better. Now he's about to tell you to go deeper in debt to change it to increase your credit score.
What should you do? Your credit score is going down.
Okay, what you should do, pay off your debt, get out of debt, but he's going to tell you.
apply for more credit cards.
Oh God.
Because more credit is available. Now you have a
How does he have a stage? How is he in front of people right now on the stage and I'm not? How is that?
100,000 credit line available, but you only use 48. All of a sudden, your credit score goes back from the 620 to 700, and you're like, something is wrong with this picture. I thought I should stop using these. As a matter of fact, you can take these and pay these.
Oh God.
And then wait a few months. Then
this guy works for the banks. He works for the banks. He's not going to tell his audience that, but there is no way that makes any mathematical sense.
Pay them again. See, credit cards get jealous of each other.
Well, jealous? What are you talking about? He's talking about feelings. The banks are making billions, and you think they're jealous that they're making billions?
And then they say, you stopped using us? We have a free trip for you if you use 25,000 right now. We increase your credit 5.
So he believes that they're afraid. They can clearly see that this person is a slave. Listen, if you're that deep into credit card debt, the credit card companies, they own you. LJ, are you saying he's a Smith? He's Agent Smith in the debt matrix. Holy moly. I can't believe he's saying what he's saying.
Very important credit. Free trip for you if you use 25,000 right now. Trip for you if you use 25.
Sorry, you guys. I'm going back. I want you guys to see something.
A few months, then pay them again. See, credit cards get jealous of each other. And then they say, you stopped using us? We have a free trip for you if you use 25,000.
Now, you hear that panic in his voice? Oh my God. Do you really believe the credit card companies would ever sound like that if you're $48,000 into them? They're not panicking on anything. They own you, slave. They don't have to give you anything. You're not going anywhere anytime soon until you pay off $48,000 in credit card debt. Oh my God. How many followers this dude got? Oh my goodness. Let me see it. Let me check out some of his other titles. 21. Oh, that's up next. Okay, that's not him. I want to go into his channel. 1 second, you guys. I want to see something. You guys can watch with me, okay? We're going to go into his, oh, crap. All right, let's see some of his titles. Present Institute, new investors start with commercial, math teacher transforms. Sharif, why do you need to start with the right property elements? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I tell you, they be doing people so dirty. Oh, they do people in the debt matrix so they do slaves so dirty.
I can talk about credit forever. We increase your credit 5. Very important. Credit is very important. You can play the game on millions of dollars.
Oh God. That was a good one. Thanks, Storm. Appreciate that, man. That was a good one. And it was nice and short. Woo. That was a good one, you guys. Oh, that was a good one. I like this. You know what? I like this. I want to see if there's a quicker way that you guys can see. Well, for now, just send me the links send me links to my email. If you guys can, okay, we can do one more. All right. I know we're 3 hours in, but this is fun. I like this. If you guys can, you guys got my email. All right, there's my email. I want you guys to see this. I want you guys to see that I don't practice before I show videos. I want you guys to see right away what these guys are doing. That guy right there, it made absolutely no sense, no mathematical sense what he's doing. Again, I'm not saying he's doing anything illegal. I'm not saying he's scamming people. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying what he's saying makes absolutely no mathematical sense whatsoever. Everything I'm saying, I can prove. Okay? Everything I'm saying, I can prove. Oops, not that. I want you guys to share my channel. And all you got to do is share it with, why is this so right there? Just share the hashtag savings minus debt, and then they'll find me. Anybody will find me, because if you Google hashtag savings minus debt, I will be the only person that populates. Don't believe me? Try it. Open up your Google browser and type in hashtag savings minus debt. I will be the only person that populates. That's crazy, huh? Out of whole Google world, I'm the only person that pops up. You want a savings minus debt t-shirt? Go to my website, look under products, pick your size, click pay, and I'll send it out to you the next day. Thank you thank you for everyone that has already purchased the shirt. Much appreciated. What's up, Nicer? Catching the tail end. We're about 3 hours, 5 minutes in here, and we're gonna cut this off. Like I said, I'm probably be on later on this evening too. Who knows what I'm gonna be talking about? But if you guys have any ideas, send it to my email. Checking out my looking at some other stuff here. Checking out people commenting on my videos. All right. I can't do no more video. That was crazy. Hey, you guys, we're gonna cut this off. I'm gonna be on. I'm not gonna promise, but I might be on later on this evening. Okay, counts on my mood. But thank you everyone that chimed in. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, hit that like button. Please hit the like button. Like. Let me know your thoughts of leaving a comment. Say, hey, I like the video. I need to know what you guys like. I need to know what you guys want to see. Do you guys mind me just using my voice, or do you want to see me on camera talking? Because my facial expressions, they say a lot when I watch these videos. You guys probably want to watch my facial expressions. Next time I do videos, I'm gonna be on camera so you guys can see me, okay? Because the faces I make is just, this last guy, this blew me away. Thank you, Stormtrooper, for bringing that up there. That was awesome. That was really awesome. That guy was killing me. But there's a ton of people on the internet that just do that kind of stuff. So, all right, you guys have a wonderful Friday. All right. And be looking out for me. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to hit that alert ding notification to alert you when I pop on a live, because sometimes I just pop on. I don't really give you time ahead, but if so, I'll give you at least a 15-20 minute time ahead so you can get ready and get placed and get some Wi-Fi going, because I know if you don't have unlimited data, you probably run out of data by the time you're on one of my sessions, because I'm like 3 hours in. If you got an unlimited data plan, or no, if you don't have an unlimited data plan, I probably use that all up. Okay, so you guys have a wonderful Friday, and I will talk to you later this evening, or maybe just to tomorrow morning. Okay. All right. See you later.